The Bucks now continuing that Yankton success here for the Lancers.
They say he went around there, so that'll be strike two. 0-2 count for Lucas Kampshoff. Jackson Nolm, the DH, is on deck in the 9-hole. Kampshoff with an 0-2 count and 2 outs first. Didn't get him to chase on the 0-2 pitch. 1-2 count incoming now after the ball outside. 2 outs on the board for Morningside. Caden Nolan throws that one well inside.
And Kampshoff battling back here after getting down 0-2, gets a couple balls and count even.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, top of the second inning. No score so far. High foul ball, that will not stay catchable. Count will remain at 2 apiece. 2-2 with 2 outs. Nolan. Breaking ball just missed inside. Full count. Kampshoff battles his way back into the at-bat. Payoff pitch incoming after starting down 0-2. Nolan toes the rubber, now fires. Payoff pitch, swing and miss. That's strike 3 and out 3 of the inning. We'll go to the bottom of the second now. Morningside bats incoming. They went 1-2-3 themselves in the first. It'll be Snyder to bat, leading off the bottom of the inning. Back at 60 on KYNT.
It's time to stop making excuses. The peace of mind you get after a colonoscopy is worth it. It's the best way to prevent and detect one of the deadliest cancers. In fact, your doctor can remove precancerous polyps during the procedure if necessary. That's right, before it even turns to cancer. No buts about it. Get a colonoscopy at 45 and follow up every 10 years or as recommended by your doctor. Find a location or schedule now at avera.org/colon.
Hard Mountain Dew, the dew you love with a kick of 5% alcohol. It's a new flavored malt beverage available in 4 bold flavors, including Mountain Dew, Baja Blast, Livewire, and Watermelon. Mountain Dew lovers of legal drinking age can experience the bold citrus flavors of the soft drink they know and love with 5% alcohol, 0 caffeine, and no added sugar. Experience hard flavors like Original Mountain Dew, Livewire, Baja Blast, Watermelon, or Baja Blast Pineapple, Punch, and Mango flavors. Get your Dew today.
Bottom of the second inning, Palmer Jacobs on the mound for the Lancers. It's Snyder, the catcher for Morningside, to lead us off. Alongside Josh Bolter, I'm Tel Tanner. This is Mount Marty Lancer baseball in the postseason now. It's KYNT. Michael Snyder Jr. out of Washington.
Yeah, and batting out of the 4 spot today and has a chance to get things going here for the Mustangs.
First pitch ball from Jacobs here. Jacobs had a great first inning. 1-2-3 go the Morningside bats. Kielbasa, Delzell, Odell all out to start it off. All got a piece of it. 2 ground outs and a fly out. Ground out to second, ground out to short, and a fly out to center were the 3 outs for the Lancers. Snyder with a 1-1 count incoming. Jacobs throws. He's going to get a piece of it. Out towards right center. That'll drop. First base hit of the game for Morningside. Kondo brings it in, throws it in, saving a bag. Staying at first is Snyder. The catcher takes the first hit of the game for Morningside. He'll have a courtesy runner coming in for him as usual. Save the legs. Looks like that is going to be Nathan Thomas, freshman out of Springfield, Nebraska.
A nice hit there for Snyder, right in the gaps. Wasn't able to turn 2, but like you said, first base runner of the day for the Mustangs, and that's going to bring Giacomo Crosetti up to the plate here with a chance to advance the runner.
Talking about incredible names, Giacomo Crosetti up there for sure. Crosetti, the right fielder, in to hit here. No outs on the board, and now 1 on, and a courtesy runner at that. Crosetti, .456 on base percentage, .507 slugging percentage. When he gets a hold of it, he puts it a long way. Batting average on the year just under 300.
And having another nice season as that one goes foul. Not sure what happened, but the runner is on second, Tell.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I don't know what happened there either. I looked away for a second after a foul ball and runner advanced.
I'm not sure if there was a balk or something. I didn't quite catch that, but yeah, that ball went foul.
Yeah, 1-0 count. That one over the head of the shortstop Goki, and because the runner advanced to second, they now get to send him. Play at the plate. Safe. Morningside has their first run of the game. They lead 1-0.
Yeah, 1-0 gets the hit, gets the run on that, and Morningside takes the lead.
1-0, Morningside leads. Not sure what happened to get that runner to second there as we both looked away after the foul, but either way, they get the first run of the game. And that'll bring up Blackman now, the designated hitter with Crosetti on first. Still no outs on the board, a tough start to the second inning for the Lancers. One run is scored with no outs.
And no outs, and like you said, Blackman at the plate, the sophomore out of Utah, getting his first at-bat of the day.
Wilt on deck, 0-1 count. Jacobs, strike two.
And winner of this game will play 3-seed Doane tomorrow. They did win game 1 against Northwestern, and obviously loser this would then play Northwestern in the 3 o'clock spot.
Trying to throw over to first, not going to get there in time. Runner is safe in Crosetti. Now, once again, as you just said, winner plays at Doane at noon, loser plays Northwestern at 3. Winner of the noon game will advance straight to Friday, by the way. The loser of that noon game will play then the winner of the 3 o'clock game at 6.
Yes, there's just a lot in there, and we'll have it here on KYN TV throughout the Morningside pod.
Got under that one. We might see our first of the game here. Back on the warning track, and it bounces into the fence. It did not get out. Gardner throws it back in. It's a double for Blackman, the designated hitter. The wind is the only thing that kept that in the park, Josh.
Yeah, like you said, Blackman really got underneath that one, drove it. Morningside in business here with runners on second and third, no outs.
Wind blowing in here today once again. 1-0 Morningside leads, and the Lancers are in trouble early. 1-0 they currently trail, but no outs on the board. Wilt now batting, first baseman, and there's runners on second and third. Foul.
And if you're Palmer here, you need some kind of like a strikeout or a pop fly in the infield or something that won't advance that runner.
With no outs on the board, just putting it into the outfield will likely lead to a sacrifice RBI and another run for Morningside. Swing and miss at strike two there. Jacobs has got an 0-2 count. It's what he needs at the moment. This is the 7th batter in the order, Wilt. Lancers could get 7, 8, and 9 out and get out of this situation, but Morningside is in a great spot right now. Outside throw for ball 1 from Jacobs.
Jacobs takes the ball, or Jacobs with the ball there, and like you said, looking to get this strikeout here, and that gives you a little bit of wiggle room, but still in a tough spot.
1-2 pitch.
I think he checked his swing.
Yeah,
there.
checked it in time, 2-2.
I don't think his wrist went around, but his shoulders certainly did.
Outside throw, low, will make it a full count. Full count, a walk here would load the bases with no outs on the board in the bottom of this second.
Wilt battling back, was down 0-2 in this count.
Full count pitch. Walk loads the bases.
Now this is tough. You're almost hoping for a ground ball double play here. You'll trade the run for 2 outs if you can, but need that with the 8-hitter Woods, the center fielder, up to bat.
Coach Tykrow comes out to talk with his starting pitcher, Palmer Jacobs. First chance he's got to pitch in the GPAC tournament, postseason for the Lancers. Only a redshirt sophomore. One of the Lancers' best pitchers for sure, but Little struggle to start off this game. Coach Tykro trying to settle down his infield. Get everybody back on the same page and they'll be just fine, but a tough situation they're trying to get out of right at the moment. Runners on every base, and now stepping up, it's Woods, the center fielder.
Yeah, nowhere to put him here if you're Palmer Jacobs. Got to have this one in play. Can't have a walk here and see what he can do.
Once again, even a fly out in the outfield would still lead to run scoring. (1-0) score. Bases loaded, no outs, bottom of the second. Foul ball off the bat there for Connor Woods. 0-1 will be his count.
And the Lancers already trailing here 1-0, trying to keep it at that point if they can, but right now that's going to be kind of tough.
0-1 pitch. Drilled. Got all of that back towards the left field fence, and it is caught right in front of the fence on the warning track. It will, however, lead to a run scored on the sac RBI.
Yeah, that's well hit ball, but you know what? That's almost ideal for Mount Marty in that situation. Yes, you give it the run, but it's a sac fly. None of the other runners advance, and you still get the out despite it being 2-0.
One out on the board. Lancers would love a double play here. Bunkers now up to bat. Jackson Bunkers, that sophomore out of Remsen, Iowa. Second baseman here today. Jacobs starts the at-bat. Maybe there it is. Lancers trying to turn two. Throw over to first, and it goes by the first baseman, Kampshoff. Not a great throw, and that will give runners home. Lancers got one, but then on the missed throw over to first, a run scored as well. 2 outs, 3-0 your score.
Tough break there. Got to make that play at first and get the out, get out of that inning and limit the runs to 2, but error there adds another run for Morningside.
An error to start off the GPAC tournament early leads to a run. Jacobs now with a runner only on first. Needs to end this inning here. We're back up to the top of the order. It's Kielbasa. Foul ball. Just got a piece of that one. Kielbasa grounded out to the second baseman, I believe, in his first at-bat today.
And once again, another shot here. 2 outs, but runner on, and already a few runs here for Morningside in this inning.
Grounder just got a piece of it near the handle of the bat. Jacobs handles it, throws to first. Lancers get 3 outs, but 3 runs score for Morningside. They have a 3-0 advantage over Mount Marty. Alongside Josh Bolter, I'm Tel Tanner, back in 60 seconds for the Lancer bats.
Hey, son, can you hand me that vice grip? As any farmer or rancher knows, having the right tools in the toolbox is important. That goes for your ag lending as well. If you're considering expansion, restructuring debt, or purchasing equipment, call Dakota Mac. We have a toolbox full of lending solutions to help you with your ag financing needs.
Hi, it's Jeff Wolfgram from Dakota Mac. Call us at 800-682-4578 to learn how Dakota Mac products can work for you.
You pay what we pay with Ford's From America, For America employee pricing event now through June 2nd at Lewis and Clark Ford. Get employee prices which are below invoice on most new Ford vehicles. Plus, employee pricing is in addition to any other discounts or incentives available. We're proud to be an American company, and we're saying thanks, America, with employee pricing. See our new Ford selection at Lewis and Clark Ford, 4th and Capitol, Yankton, or online at lewisandclarkford.com.
3-0, Morningside leads over Mount Marty here on KYNT as we start the 3rd inning. Lancers about to have their 9th batter up to the plate. Jackson Noem batting in the 9-hole. The DH will start off the 3rd inning.
Looking to get something going here for the Lancers. They trail 3-0 here going to the top of the 3rd, trying to get some of those runs back.
First pitch strike from Cade Nolan. Starting off the 3rd inning. Nolan's pitch count at 29 after that first pitch. Here comes number 30. 1 hit, no runs allowed. And this is his 9th batter. He's gone through the full order after this from Nolan. 1-1 count.
And Noam, the 9-hitter, hitting .308 on the year, 3 home runs, 17 ribbies, having a good season.
Got a piece of that one out towards right field. This is back to the fence, going to the warning track, and it is caught right in front of the fence. The wind is just keeping everything in the park today. We have seen both teams get robbed of a couple of home runs already in this game. Both Morningside and Mount Marty in a 0-win day would have multiple home runs already.
If this game was played tomorrow, I think we'd see a few more with the wind expected or forecasted to be out. But yeah, that's a tough break for Noam. Got a good piece on that one. Opposite field, too.
Wind blowing in strong today. Back at the top of the order, it's Aiden Chang. He's going to get a hold of this one out towards left center field. Back to the warning track, and it's caught again on the warning track. Same story.
Yeah, the Lancers are this close, telling. I think if that one gets over, we're having someone, a.k.a. Bryce, run out, or probably me, run out and check on our outfield cam. That was right on spot out there. I said, yeah, he's pointing at me over there. Hi, Bryce. But, yeah, it's another tough break for Lancers. That was, once again, Chang got a good piece of it.
Jalen Owens now up to bat here, was struck out in his first at-bat of the day. Did not go around. Ball throw. 1-0 count.
And like you said, Owens had their last couple games of the regular season off after taking that fastball to the head. And it's good to see him back today.
And he's going to put one out towards left field. That's a base hit. And with his speed, he's going to take 2. Owens rounds first. He'll go to second base. A double in the books for Jalen Owens. Top 15 in the nation in stolen bases. Center fielder, one of the fastest men on the field anytime the Lancers step out there.
Yeah, he's fast, and nice hit there right down that line, left field. You never know, maybe he takes off or something like that, tries to take third, but you got to imagine a base hit gets him home with his speed. It's going to be Ryan Bachman with a chance to do it, and he did have a hit in that first inning, Tell. Long single.
Bachman got a chance to put the Lancers on the board here. Owens leading off a second. Bachman takes strike 1 looking. Jalen Owens, by the way, did eclipse the single season record for the Mount Marty Lancers in total stolen bases. He's got 38 on the season. That is an all-time record for Mount Marty University.
And impressive numbers and a welcome addition to this Lancer team as Bachman takes ball 1 there to even up the count.
Passed Randy Perry's record that had stood since 1996, by the way, as Bachman takes strike 2. 1996, nearly 30 years that stolen base record had stood for Randy Perry. Shout out the legend. Jalen Owens now owns it with 38 so far. 1-2 pitch incoming for Bachman. Trying to bring him home. Checked his swing, strikeout.
Nice pitch there from Cade on the mound. Cade Nolan gets the strikeout and gets out of a bit of a jam there to send it to the bottom of the third.
They'll leave Owens on, and we go to the bottom of the third, as you said. Morningside bats back up in 60 seconds. It's Lancer Baseball on KYT.
Right now at Les Schwab Tires, it's the Best for Less sales event. Save up to $120 instantly on a set of 4 tires. Choose from a wide selection of some of our longest-lasting, best-performing tires. Plus, you'll get America's best tire warranty, 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. Just another way you'll get more from less. Stop by a store or shop online at leschwab.com. Limited time offer while supplies last. See leschwab.com/sale for details.
Traveling to Yankton for business or pleasure? Then book your stay at Yankton's 2 best hotels, the Fairfield by Marriott and Holiday Inn Express. Both are conveniently located to everything in Yankton. Both offer complimentary hot breakfast and meeting rooms for business travelers. And if you want a great rate with flexible reservation changes, call either hotel direct. The Fairfield by Marriott and Holiday Inn Express, 2 great hotel choices when visiting or arranging rooms for guests to Yankton.
3-0 Morningside over Mount Marty after a great second inning. They had the bases loaded with no outs. They end up getting 3 runs to go. Palmer Jacobs on the mound for the Lancers, starting things off. Delzell gonna put one foul.
Yeah, dealing with the top end of this lineup here at the start of the third inning for Palmer. Jacobs had a bit of a rough second inning there, but has a chance to keep this to a 3-run lead if he can have a good third.
Delzell flew out to center in his first at-bat of the game, back in the bottom of the first inning. Ball throw from Jacobs there, 1-1 count. Delzell, the left fielder today. Lefty bat, righty arm. Just got a piece of that one. Jacobs gonna bring it in, flip it to first. That is out number 1.
And take the first out there, and Jacobs, he's been active with his glove tonight, had another one of those earlier, and keeping busy out there.
That'll bring up Odell. Grounded out to the shortstop, and his first at-bat ended the first inning. 3-0 Morningside leads. With 1 out on the board, Odell starts his at-bat, batting third in the order. Showing bunt here, first pitch ball.
You know, Odell, we saw one of those in the first game this afternoon where Doan had a bunt that started a 4-run inning. So bunts can work, people.
It was the first pitch of the inning for one of the biggest hitters on the Doan Tigers team, and showed bunt all of a sudden, was able to get to first off of it, caught everybody off guard. Odell now with a 2-0 count. See if that changes things. Was looking for his pitch there. Ball 3 thrown. Jacobs now in a spot of trouble. 3-0 is the count. Found the zone that time. Strike 1. Odell was showing bunt again.
Yeah, and I don't think I've ever really seen that, showing a bunt up 3-0 in the count, but went for it, and strike either way from Jacobs.
Walked him. Walk on the 3-1 pitch. That'll put 1 on with 1 out in the third.
I'll bring up the catcher, Snyder. He had a big hit in his last at-bat in the second inning that really started that 3-run second inning with a long single.
Lancer Baseball today, a product of Core Trust Bank, helping you achieve your personal and business goals. Raise your expectations. Member FDIC. 3-0 is your score. Morningside on top here in the GPAC tournament. Game 2 of day 1. Winner of this game will take on Doan tomorrow at noon. Loser will take on Northwestern at 3. All coverage here on KYN TV. 0-1 pitch incoming. Snyder. Call strike 2.
Yeah, and back-to-back, same spot there for Palmer. Gets 2 called strikes to start this at-bat.
Just got a piece of that one there, did Snyder, the catcher.
Talked about not a lot of times you'll see a catcher in the 4-hole, but that's what Morningside rolls with, and I get it. I mean, Snyder's a really good hitter, and you saw his power in his first at-bat, and showing why today.
405 on the year, his batting average. 0-2 count he faces at the moment. Throw over to first. Not going to pick off Odell there. He'll be safe in the bag. 0-2 count as we return to the at-bat for Snyder. He did get a hit off Jacobs in the first inning, or second inning, excuse me. He's going to put a little hopper over to the third baseman, Bachman. Throw on the run to first. Good catch, out number 2. Runner advances over to second as well. Odell will stand on second base, now in scoring position with 2 outs on the board as we welcome back Crosetti to the plate.
And he had a big hit in his last at-bat, and he had an RBI out of that and really put it near the fence and had a nice at-bat and has a chance to do it again here with a runner in scoring position.
Ended up rounding the bags himself. Hit home and an RBI a few batters later. He had a hit, a run, and an RBI all in his first plate appearance. And he's going to get under this one, out towards center field. The wind trying to keep it in the park, and it is caught at the fence by Jalen Owens. Hit the fence as he made that catch. That's why they needed their center fielder. Out number 3 is in the books, and the Lancers bats will return back in 60 seconds. After 3, Lancers trail 3-0.
Are you looking for the easy way to travel in 2025? Let Foreman Charters do the driving for your next trip. Upcoming tours include a 4-day trip with stops in the Black Hills and Medora, North Dakota for the famous Medora musical, leaving on June 27th. Foreman will also tour some of the best wineries and breweries in the Black Hills area, beginning July 11th through July 13th. For more on these and other 2025 Foreman Charter tours, go to foremanbus.com.
Sherco's newest wireless remote system, the SureLink, is based on the most advanced industrial Bluetooth technology, delivering greater reliability and range. The Sherco Pro offers Sherco's best-in-class express operation for simple, single-touch operation. Looking for a low-cost option? Then the SureLink EZR remote may be right for you. Give us a call at 1-800-474-8756 or find us at Sherco.com. Demand the best. Demand Sherco.
Let's start the 4th inning. Josh, can we compare these pitchers and how those first 3 innings have kind of gone?
Yeah, looking at it here, Cade Nolan, he's gone through 3 innings, has 2 hits here that he's given up no runs on the evening, 4 strikeouts for him. Meanwhile, for Palmer Jacobs, he's given up 3 hits. He does have no strikeouts and has given up 3 runs.
Daniel Vonnegut batting first, leading off the 4th. Foul ball off his bat here. Vonnegut was walked in his first at-bat today. Did end up being left on. Foul ball again, puts him in an 0-2 count.
I think my highlight of that play was watching our tech guy, our ad guy, all these things today. Camera guy Bryce Ladwig pretend like he was going to catch someone. I love it. In my mind, he snagged it. Web Jim, almost as good as Jalen Owens' catch in the bottom half of the 3rd. I feel like right now, Lancers need some base runners here as we're starting to get towards the middle of this game. Need to get something going here.
Foul ball off the bat of Vonnegut again. 3 out of 4 pitches have been fouled off of his bat. That 4th a ball. 1-2 your count. Nolan's pitch count in the low 40s. Just bounced in front of home plate on that one for ball 2.
He skipped in front, even count here in Vonnegut. Once again, the 4-hitter. We've talked about him and how well he's played this year and trying to get this inning off to a good foot for the Lancers.
2-2 pitch. Foul ball again. I'm starting to lose track of how many fouls that's been. 4 out of 6 now, 4 out of 6 pitches, the other 2 balls.
Yeah, 4 out of 6, and he's really battling here, and that's a good sign. But once again, you got to find a way to put it in play.
The 2-2. This one's going to be in play, but the wind will put it straight into the glove of the center fielder.
And I think the Lancers might lead the GPAC tournament in pitches that, when they go off the bat, look like they're going to be down for hits. But once again, they're right into a glove and not really able to catch that break. You can see good at-bats and putting good drives on the baseball, but not really resulting in a ton of hits so far.
Credit the center fielder Woods with the catch. 1 out on the board. Goki. Grounder to 3rd. Throw to 1st. And on 2 back-to-back pitches, that is 2 outs. Fly out to center and a ground out to 3rd.
And I
Now
thought
2 outs.
I thought for a second there Goki might have been able to beat that one out. He's got some speed with how much of a slow roller it was on the hop, but not able to beat it out. And like you said, 2 outs, and that'll bring Shugo Kondo to the plate.
Shugo Kondo to the plate, as you said. Out on his first trip here. 0 for 1. Second shot now. First pitch inside for Kondo. A couple weeks ago, Kondo was denied Player of the Week honors by his own teammate. The weekend that Aiden Chang put up 5. He put up 3 home runs and 12 RBIs, not to be outdone. He'll fly out to left here likely. Left fielder, towering fly ball, does make the catch for out number 3. That'll do it for the top of the 4th. Bottom of the inning in the Morningside bats around the corner. It's Lancer Baseball trailing 3-0 on KYNT.
FM 1021 and AM 1450. KYNT, Yankton.
When you need a break, Pizza Ranch is ready. Rough day or good day, sometimes you just need a buffet. And we've got all your favorites always ready to serve. Come to the place that puts a smile on your face. This is Mike at Yankton Pizza Ranch. If you need pizza, desserts, or the country's best chicken, our buffet is ready for you every day from 11 to 8. So make today a buffet day at Yankton Pizza Ranch.
It's where life tastes better. Surround them up and head her down to the Pizza Ranch. Whoa, that's good.
Quit hitting the snooze button on your new career. Parker offers day one benefits and an employer who puts you first. Grind through the workday in your own specialty. Assembler, material handler, or line operation tech. Don't mind working nights? Enjoy a pay differential of $2.35. Choose your shift and enjoy day one benefits. This isn't just a job, it's your future. Join us today. Find more information and apply now at parker.com.
Parker, engineering your success.
3-0 Morningside over Mount Marty here on KYNT. It's 102.1 FM, AM 1450, KYNT TV streaming platforms as well. I'm Tel Tanner alongside Josh Bolter here for Game 2 of the GPAC tournament. Morningside Pod, co-hosted by Mount Marty. We're in Yankton. Blackman is taking pitches to start off the bottom of the 4th inning. This is the DH.
And he did have a double and later scored in his first appearance. He takes the ball high there. And how about Palmer Jacobs, Tell? You know, you look at it, he had a rough second inning, but was able to battle back there in the 3rd and get out of that without giving any runs and looking to follow that up here in the 4th.
Just got to stack zeros when you're a pitcher. Strike one thrown there. 2-1 count, or 1-1 count.
And where he
2-1
is.
count. Yes, I thought it was right.
And scoreboards. We're blaming
scoreboard.
We're going to say it's Jeff Erickson's fault. I know he's doing PA, but I don't think he's running board. But yeah.
one of our own guys, and Jeff Erickson at KYNT. We love that guy. He'll be back in the booth tomorrow morning from 6 to 9 a.m. at KYNT, by the way, talking about this game and everything in between on Totally Yankton. 2-2 the count here. Swing and miss. Strike 3.
And got him on a breaking ball low and inside there for the strikeout. You can tell Palmer's really starting to settle into this game a little bit. Gets the strikeout there, his first of the day, and looking to continue to build off of that 3rd inning.
One out on the board. Now it's Wilt. Back up. Wilt started off the 2nd inning. Excuse me, he was in that 2nd inning, and he got walked there toward the end of the inning to get himself on base, was left there.
Jacobs really hitting that outside corner of the plate really well, especially on right-handed batters with some of that off-speed stuff. You saw it there again, and was able to even up the count.
He's going to put this one into the glove of the left fielder, Will Gardner. Good catch out and left for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down for the Lancers. Here comes number 3. It's Woods, center fielder, who actually wears number 4, but you know.
Yeah, you know, up at the plate. And
3rd batter of the inning.
Yeah, and he did have an RBI on a sac fly his last time up. And, you know, we talked about last time we did these 2 teams played where that stat where we talked about unlucky hitters and things like that. And I think that was another case right there we saw with the previous batter in Wiltz. And you've seen that a lot between both these teams where a lot of hard-hit baseballs that have just found gloves.
On an 0-1 pitch, Woods makes it 0-2 after a foul. Just got a piece of it, looked like. Not sure if that hit off him or the plate right below him, but either way, foul, 0-2.
And now Palmer here, he's got a chance to get out of this inning and keep that lead at 3 for Morningside.
0-2 pitch on the way. We'll see if Jacobs tries to get him to chase here. Nope. Trying to strike him out. We've got a towering infield fly. Aiden Chang sheds the mask. The catcher brings it in for out number 3.
Nice job by Palmer. Jacobs gets out of the inning. I thought Chang maybe lost it there for a half second, but recovers, gets the snag, and back-to-back shutout innings here for Palmer Jacobs.
Bottom of the inning we go. Or excuse me, top of the inning we go. I'm so used to the Lancers being the home team here in Yankton. This is weird. Back for the 5th in 60 seconds. It's KYNT.
The Dakota Theater, operated by nonprofit Onward Yankton, is dedicated to providing entertainment and cultural opportunities for all citizens of the greater Yankton region. They believe the arts strengthen our community by inspiring, uniting, and educating children and adults of all backgrounds. The Dakota Theater is in a time of revitalization, including restoration and renovation, technology upgrades, program enhancement, and establishing an endowment to ensure the long-term financial stability of the theater. Please donate at dakotatheater.org. Beef, pork, seafood, poultry, and more, all at the Meat Lodge in Yankton. Get top quality meats at great prices. They have specialty items like lamb, brisket, mahi-mahi, crab legs, and lobster. They even have non-meat options like Dimmick cheese, pickled items, seasonings, and sauces. For your convenience, you can call and order curbside pickup or order online at meatlodge.com. The Meat Lodge in Yankton, on the way to the lake on Highway 52.
Here in Yankton, Lancers trail 3-0 as we start off the 5th inning. Another update for the GPAC brought to you by Triple Time Rudy's on Broadway in Yankton. No matter what you drive, make sure you fuel up at Triple Time Rudy's on Broadway. Briarcliff Midland playing down in Seward.
Yeah, and Midland's up 2-0 in the top of the 6th of that game. You know, late start there with the rain delay, but winner that'll take on the winner of Concordia and Dakota Wesleyan.
That game started about the same time this one did, right around 6:15 actually. First pitch strike for Will Gardner here. Cade Nolan on the mound for the Mustangs in the 5th.
And the left fielder looking to get something going here for Mount Marty, trailing by 3.
Outside throw for ball 1 for the lefty batter and Will Gardner. Senior batting, 7th in the order, was struck out in his first plate appearance today. 1-1 pitch. Swing and miss at strike 2.
You know, so we've talked about how his power, 10 home runs, but he also hits for a good average too, hitting 350 this season, and that's dangerous when your 7-hitter hits 350 with 10 homers.
Well, outside throw there, just slipped a little bit for Nolan, 2-2.
Although, like we said, dangerous lineup, but Cade Nolan doing a good job through 4, keeping it in check, and yeah, he's had some deep drives, but at the end of the day, they found gloves and shut out through 4.
That one hit the plate, full count. Gardner leading off the 5th for the Lancers. Trying to get on base. Mount Marty trails 3-0 to Morningside right at the moment. Walking. Gardner takes first.
Takes first and a much-needed base runner for the Lancers. That's their first base runner since the first inning, I believe. And looking at there after those 2 back-to-back hits with 2 outs, they get a base runner here and see if they can get it going with the freshman from Yankton, Lucas Kamshoff.
Kamshoff, no outs, 1 on. First pitch ball, low and outside for the true freshman. Starting at first base today for the GPAC tournament. Kid with a bright future here for Mount Marty. Strike 1 on the next pitch. Got him on the breaking ball to Cade Nolan. Nolan, by the way, pitch count is in the 50s. Mid-50s right at the moment, starting off the 5th inning. Neither pitcher's pitch count is actually very high. Both in the high 40s, or in the 50s to start off the 5th. Foul ball for Kamshoff.
Yeah, and in a healthy spot, which is what you want to see in tournament action, especially when you could have to play up to 2 games tomorrow, depending on what happens. And you want to save some of those arms for as many as you can.
1-2 pitch on the way for Nolan. Strike 3 delivered, looking for Kampshoff.
That's a nasty breaking ball there. I thought that was going to stay inside, and it cut in at the last second. Froze Kampshoff. Froze me up here. I think froze all of the fans here at Riverside Field today.
Jackson Nome batting in the 9 hole for the Lancers now. Nome, 308 batting average, 398 on base percentage for the Lancers.
He did fly out his first plate appearance in this one.
I think he had one of those balls that the only reason it didn't get out of the park was the wind blowing in today.
Yeah, it was well hit, just wasn't able to drive it. Once again, we talked about it. This game was played tomorrow. I think both teams
have 2 robbed so far.
At least, yeah. It's been kind of crazy.
Strike throw there, 2-1 count. Pretty sure it's 2 for each team, so it wouldn't really probably affect the overall score because I think they were all with nobody on, for the most part at least. But still,
yeah, but
wind is definitely impactful.
But home runs are fun, and I like
They
fun.
are fun.
I like fun. You can put that on a T-shirt.
I like having fun too, Josh. I would buy that T-shirt if you sold it. I think you've got something there. That's a real winner of an idea.
I got a T-shirt idea there, and if Nome could get on tell, whether it's a walk or hit, that turns the lineup back over to Chang.
That it does. We're batting at the bottom of the order, and it is gonna be a base hit. Gardner gonna take second base. Nome over to first. And with only 1 out on the board, the Lancers go to the top of the order. Here's a chance for Mount Marty. They've got to cash in on it.
Yeah, and here comes Aiden Chang to the plate. He's 0 for 2 today, but he drove one deep in his last at bat. Hit it to left center. Almost took out our deer stand, but our camera on the deer stand, and just fell just short of that. But
that's how we do things in South Dakota. You need a camera stand out in the outfield. You buy a deer stand and you strap a camera to it.
We get things done.
We
Let's
get
go.
things done. Shout out Kurt Dykstra, our general manager, with the out-of-the-box thinking on that one. First pitch strike for Chang. Runners on first and second for the Lancers.
And a big swing there from Chang. He wanted that one, you could tell.
Oh, 1. Well, low. Catcher able to handle it before anybody takes off. Gardner is on second for the Lancers once again. He does have 6 stolen bases on the season. He can run them when he needs to. That is 4th on the team. No, 5th on the team. Lancers steal a lot. Outside throw here. Barely saved by the catcher, Snyder, that time. He had to jump for it.
Yeah, good move there, and saved probably at least a base for both runners there, and keeps things where they stand.
2-1 pitch. Outside. A walk would load the bases here. Caden Nolan in trouble.
Yeah, and that outfielder on left shifted a little more towards center. If Chang can pull something here, he could get it to drop and get at least 1 run here.
He's going to put it towards center field instead. Going back to the warning track as the center fielder. This might be our first of the day, and it is. Finally, Mount Marty gets one out. It's a 3-run bomb for Aiden Chang. Tie ball game in Yankton.
Big Aiden Chang with the swing, puts it over. Oppo Taco gets some power on that. We got a tie ball game at Riverside Field midway through. Let's go.
Chang was denied a home run earlier by the wind. Got it out that time, and his teammates greet him back at the dugout. We're tied. First one of the day, Aiden Chang, the first player of anybody for these 4 teams to get one over the fence.
Yeah, and in a big spot there. Tie game with 1 swing of the bat. Now 3-3, anybody's ball game here as we welcome Jalen Owens, the speedster, to the plate.
Wind has not changed all day, by the way. Still blowing in steady. Blowing straight in from center towards home plate. Jalen Owens just took his first pitch. Now back in the box. 1-0 his count. Owens does have 1 hit today, 1 strikeout as well. And he's going to put a grounder over to the third baseman. Not handled clean. Owens is going to be able to run out the throw. Didn't let it fire either way. Owens is on first. with 1 out on the board. Lancers have tied up the game at 3, and they're looking to add more now. Owens is on. Once again, 38 stolen bases on the year.
Yeah, and all it takes is a little bit of a stutter step there at third base, and Owens is going to get on. He's got that kind of speed. And bobble the ball over at third for Morningside. Did Odell over there. And now all of a sudden, Ryan Bachman at the plate with a runner on.
I really want to see 2 more from Owens this postseason. Get to 40. Nobody has ever gotten to 40 in Lancer history. The previous Lancer record, once again, was 33. Single-season history for the young man there. 2 away from 40, and we're going to have a mound visit here from Morningside.
And have we confirmed, do tournament stats count towards the regular season stats?
Just total season, yeah.
That's what I was wondering if they
count. He owns the regular season record either way. I mean, he has 38 entering the GPAC tournament, previous record 33, but I just want to see 40. I think it'd be fun. No other reason besides, once again, as you said, I like fun.
I do like fun.
That is the theme.
I'm having fun here, you know, the GPAC tournament and close game here at the midway point of this, and big at bat there from the leadoff hitter Aiden Chang, putting it over the fence.
Ryan Bachman batting here, a 1-0 count versus Cade Nolan. Quick mound visit from the Morningside coaching staff. And we're back to it. Boovie with a quick little mound visit, head coach for Morningside. 1-0 pitch. Got a piece of it out towards center field. This will be caught for out number 2 of the inning. Center fielder stretched out strong for that one. Just got a hold of it.
Yeah, well hit, but it was in that weird spot where it's not going to drop for a single, and it's not far enough to have enough power on it. It fell right into a glove once again, and second out of the inning there for Morningside.
Daniel Vonnegut now up to bat. He was walked once today. Was out in his other at-bat. Now his 3rd plate appearance. Owens safe at first after they try throwing at him. Out towards center field. Vonnegut got a hold of it, but it's going to be kept in, and it is caught for out number 3. That is 3 outs on the board. 3-3 your score. The Aiden Chang 3-run homer tied up the ball game in the top of the 5th. Back in 60 seconds now for the Morningside bats of KYNT.
As a proud community bank, Core Trust delivers more than just checking and savings accounts. We invest in the cities and towns where we live and work by volunteering to coach youth sports teams, supporting local charities and the arts with our time and resources. Whether we live in a rural town in South Dakota or a suburban city in Minnesota, it's a place we call home. Core Trust Bank. Raise your expectations.
Member FDIC.
Looking for the perfect place to get together with friends and family, watch the game, and enjoy some of the best wings in town? Make plans to visit Checkers Sports Bar and Grill. Whether it's baseball, hockey highlights, or any other sport, your game day cravings are covered. Enjoy the action while you dig into mouth-watering wings, juicy burgers, and stacked sandwiches. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Checkers Sports Bar and Grill is Yankton's favorite spot for food, friends, and sports. Your game days belong at Checkers.
Bottom of the 5th here on KYNT. 3-3 is your score. Tie ball game after the Aiden Chang bomb. Start things off here. Palmer Jacobs on the mound. First pitch, ball. Taking pitches here is the 9-hole batter in bunkers for Morningside.
Yeah, opposite field on that one too, in a tie ball game, and Palmer Jacobs gets a reset after being down 3-0 these last couple innings. All of a sudden, he's in a tie game.
Two-0 count, starting things off for the second baseman. This is his second at-bat of the day. Morningside is finishing their second trip through the order. We'll go to the top of the order with Kielbasa on deck. Daniel Vonnegut, second baseman. What a catch.
Yeah.
Right into his glove, a line drive.
Nice snag there from the second baseman and helping out his pitcher a little bit there.
And we are back up to the top of the order. Ryan Kielbasa is now up to bat. 0 for 2 so far, his third trip through the order we're starting.
Jacobs has not had really any issues with the top of this Morningside lineup. He's gotten, looking at it here in the 6 appearances they've had, only one guy's gotten on, and it was a walk.
2-0 count right at the moment. Kielbasa got out in both of his first 2 attempts. Did get a piece of it in both plate appearances. Both ground outs thrown out at first. Found the zone that time on a 3-0 count. Make it 3-1 for Jacobs. Foul ball here for Morningside. Make the count full. Jacobs in a 3-0 count. Strike looking and a foul ball in the next 2 pitches. Full count pitch incoming for the leadoff batter, Kielbasa of Morningside. Strike 3 is the call. Kielbasa not happy with it.
He certainly thought that was a ball there. Chucked his bat all the way back to the dugout thinking he was not going to be going back on the return trip with it, but either way he is, and a nice strike out there for Palmer Jacobs.
Goes in the books as a K, and out number 2 of the inning. Lefty batter Delzell now up to bat, also 0 for 2 today against Jacobs.
And he's got a ground out and a fly out this evening.
He's going to put one over towards left field. Gardner trying to catch out number 3 and will do so. The senior makes the catch. Morningside goes 3 up, 3 down, and we go to the 6th inning in a tie game. Back in 60 seconds. You're listening to Lancer Baseball on KYT.
Looking for fuel or more? Stop by Triple Time Rudy's, your locally owned convenience store at 17th and Broadway. At Triple Time Rudy's, they're proud to support the community, offering fuel discounts to Yankton's largest employers and backing local activities and events. Inside, you'll discover regional favorites like Dimmick Cheese and premium meats from the Kaler and Renner lockers. Whether it's a quick snack, a tank of top-quality fuel, or a taste of local goodness, Triple Time Rudy's, fueling your day, fueling the community. Aztec is looking for people who can crush it. Aztec is hiring now, seeking a variety of positions, including engineers for manufacturing, electrical software and controls and design, plus electrical technician, maintenance tech, and tech support specialist. Aztec offers competitive pay, 10 paid holidays, incredible 401k, paid partner leave, safety incentives, and sign-on bonus for production workers. To apply for these jobs or to see what other opportunities are available, go to aztecjobs.com.
3-3 is the score of this ball game. Shout out Andy Bernardo once again, another sandwich delivery. We love that man. Athletic director for the Mount Marty Lancers and a longtime baseball coach here for the Lancers. Over 400 wins in his career. Incredible career for him. Josh Tykero is taking over. Doing a good job with the Lancers over the last couple years, starting his tenure.
He's got them in a 3-3 game here, the top of the 6th, against the 2 seed in the GPAC tournament. That and the bat of Aiden Chang, of course, hitting a 3-run homer last time we saw these Lancer bats.
Joe Goki batting, 0-1 count. He's going to put a grounder straight to the shortstop. Fielded clean, throw to first, and it's missed by the first baseman. Goki is safe on the bag. Looks like Goki kind of, oh no, Goki ran into the first baseman. After he missed the catch, they collided. Goki hits the ground, and athletic trainers are coming to check on him. Not what you want to see here.
Yeah, and I believe they just tangled when Goki was trying to round after he saw the ball.
Yeah.
Went past, and obviously hope he's okay, but yeah, down over there by first base. Obviously you hope he can go, but need his bat, and obviously how good he is in the field over at short. See if he can go or how he's feeling over there, but right now obviously they're looking at that lower leg, or at that leg.
Yeah, tough thing right now. Shelby Bates out there for the Mount Marty Lancers alongside head coach Josh Tykrow, their athletic trainer in Bates. Checking on him. Checking out his right leg. When we return to action, Lancers will have one on here to lead off the inning. Goki just got the leadoff hit. I think it'll be an error, actually, but either way, he reached, and Shugo Kondo will be up to bat in a moment. Goki, whether he can go or not in the future, you got to expect there'll probably be a pinch runner here for him. Goki is sitting up now, and Coach Tykrow is going to help him to his feet. Goki is up. He's going to come off the field, limping heavily, favoring that right leg. Hopefully, it's one of those where it's a lot of short-term pain, but nothing super serious, and he'll be able to return here in a little bit, but coming off the field slowly here.
Yeah, and we'll see who will run for him over at...
looks like Tyler Vance.
You see him play a lot of short, too, so that makes sense over there. And that's obviously tough if Goki can't go. You know, he's such an important bat. We've talked at length about what he did in this tournament last year. I mean, in a close game, you could always use a Joe Goki, and hopefully he's healthy, and not just for tonight, but the rest of this tournament, and see what happens there.
And as incredible as his bat is, to be honest, his prowess at shortstop is really where the Lancers could be missing him, so hopefully he'll be all right. Tyler Vance will be taken over for the moment. He leads off a second run in the bags as we resume play. Shugo Kondo going to take his first pitch in the next at-bat. Show and bunt, throw outside from Nolan, ball one.
I like the idea here. You're in a tie game, advance the runner if possible. The only thing that holds me back on is Kondo's got some serious power, or if he connects with one, that's over the fence. But either way right now, the Lancers just trying to advance that base runner with a look at bunt. We'll see if they go back to it.
Another ball throw here. Catcher's adjusting his straps on the right leg, looks like. We return to it. 2-0 count here for Shugo Kondo. 3-3 the score of the game. Vance leading off of first. Kondo gonna put one out towards right center field. This one's going back deep towards the fence on the warning track. It is caught. Out number one of the inning. Vance returns to first after the Shugo Kondo fly out to right.
I feel like Bart right now in The Simpsons, or at least your Bart, where I'm like, say the line, tell. That wind. Right to the warning track again.
Not a fan of the wind. As a Midwestern man, I'm born with the hatred for the wind already, but today is doing nothing for my hatred.
Maybe enhancing it a little bit.
Enhancing the hatred of the wind. You are correct. Amplifying, enhancing. I like it. Give me more synonyms.
Growing stronger.
I like it. Good job. Good job. Way to pull that one out of the hat.
That's why I'm the news guy here.
Will Gardner, first at bat of this inning now incoming. Just took the first pitch. Lefty batter. Ball throw here. 2-0 count. Vance on first. See what the Lancers want to do with him. Grounder. Right in between second and short. Vance gonna take second. Gardner is on first. Another single for the Lancers.
A nice piece of hitting there by Gardner. Now 2 on, 1 out, and Lucas Kampshoff, the freshman in the 8-hole, up to bat. He does have 2 strikeouts in his 2 appearances at the plate today, and hoping to turn his fortunes around here with a big at-bat.
Yeah, tough day so far, but all of it is turned around with a hit here. A hit in this situation turns a bad day into a very good day for the young player. First pitch low for him. 1-0 count. We are near the bottom of the order. Kampshoff bats 8th. Jackson Nome in the 9-hole is on deck. 1 out on the board and 2 on for the Lancers. Top of the 6th inning.
And good eye there from the freshman to get the count to 2-0.
Got the zone that time to Cade Nolan. Two-one pitch incoming with one out on the board. Goki led off the inning, got on first base after a throwing error at short. After that, we saw Shugo Kondo fly out to right. Will Gardner hit a single out towards center. And now Kampshoff is at first base with runners on first and second and Gardner in advance. 3-1 is his count. Cade Nolan throws. Foul ball will make the count full for Kampshoff. Kampshoff, a big moment here. Full count pitch with 2 on and 1 out for the freshman. Nolan fires. Foul ball. Kampshoff stays alive.
Real competitive at bat here in a big spot, and you got to think as long as he can put it in play, probably, well, we'll advance the runners on that, but needs to put it in play here.
Low throw, loads up the bases. Kampshoff takes first base, and that'll bring up Jackson Nome, a senior for this team, one of their leaders. He's got bases loaded and 1 out, getting a hold of one, even putting it out into the outfield. Will likely result in a sac fly, and Lancers will take a lead 4-3. Jackson Nome just needs to get a hold of one here with 1 out on the board.
You know, he had a nice drive out to right earlier in this game. That got caught at the warning track, and then a base hit as well, and he's been seeing the ball well today and looking to give the Lancers the lead here. Bases loaded, 1 out, and Morningside gonna stick with Nolan for now. They do have a man on the in the pen right now. Can't see what number that is. That looks like from here, looks like 30.
That'd be Zach Kellefkin, if that is indeed him. Either way, Cade Nolan for now. Bases loaded, 1 out. 9-hole batter, Nome. Foul ball in the first swing there. 0-1 count. Aiden Chang, who just hit a 3-run homer in his last at-bat, is on deck.
I believe that's either Kellefkin or Hansen in the pen. 2 of their better guys. One of those 2 warming up out there.
Foul ball for Nome again, finding himself down in the count 0-2.
And fouling that one off, but down 0-2 early here, and you got to avoid the strikeout if you can. I mean, that takes away the sac fly opportunity. So got to be able to put this in play or somehow force a wild pitch or a walk.
Nolan's pitch count just hit 90. Grounder over to the second baseman. This is going to lead to a run. Lancers take the lead 4-3 on the sacrifice grounder from Jackson Nome. Tyler Vance is brought home. Runners will be on second and third, and the Lancers have a 1-run advantage.
Yeah, their first lead of the day and of the tourney, and a nice play there from Nome. Like I said, had to put it in play and did. You take you out at first to sacrifice it to get the lead, and right there now the Lancers, after being down 3-0, find themselves up here in the 6th.
Aiden Chang just hit a 3-run homer to tie up the game. Nome just gave the Lancers a 1-run lead. Now Chang is back. First pitch, strike delivered. Runners on second and third for Mount Marty. Gardner on third, Kampshoff on second.
If he somehow drives another one, I think that's his Mount Marty legacy for sure. He's able to do it again somehow, but right now I think he'd even just take a hit.
Considering the incredible catchers the Lancers have had over the years, from Billy Hancock on Chang, next man up, really had some good catchers. Did not go around there, ball throw.
Certainly wanted to, but good job to hold off on that, and now 2-1.
2-1 count with 2 outs. And I think we're going to intentionally walk him. So Chang will go to first. I think Morningside's seen enough of him. I think everybody's seen enough of him the way he's hitting the ball right now.
Yeah, and that's still, I understand walking him, and that, you know, I get it, but that's still, I mean, nothing to mess with here at the plate right now with Jalen Owens. You know, he had a big hit earlier in this one. He's hitting 367 this season, and he's got a little bit of a pop too with a couple homers. So I understand you're out of the frying pan, but now I think you're into the fire with Jalen Owens at the plate.
Bases loaded. Lancers lead by 1. Owens going to take a first pitch strike to start off his at-bat. 0-1 count. Nolan's pitch count 97 at the moment.
I think a bunch of Hobbit fans like really cheered. All 3 Hobbit fans that are probably listening to our podcast loved that reference.
Swing and miss at strike 2.
And 1 strike away for that decision for the intentional walk from paying off too with that.
(0-2) pitch. Grounder over to the third baseman. Owens has got to beat out the throw. It's close, and he got there. Lancers get another one in. 2 more in. Jalen Owens, a couple more RBIs for the Lancers. Kampshoff's home.
Base running matters right there. Owens beats out the throw, gets 1 run in, and while they're focused on Owens, get another runner around in Kampshoff. What a turn and swing of events there for the Lancers. Now up by 3, and they got 2 guys on in the corners with their 3 spot coming up in Bachman.
As you said, out of the frying pan and into the fire. Owens brings in 2, and he stands on first. And that man they intentionally walked, his courtesy runner in Marshall, is now on third, 90 feet away.
Yeah,
Lancers can bring him home too.
Have a chance to add to the lead, and you got to think this is going to do it. Here for Cade on the mound, Cade Nolan.
We were just talking about his pitch count. He's nearing 100 right at the moment. I think in that last at-bat for Owens, he might have actually hit there. Either way, it's high 90s, about the time to get him out anyway. He did have a good day right up until this 6th inning here. We'll give you his final stats in a moment, but first things first, we're going to take a 60-second break while a new pitcher warms up. They're going to be facing Ryan Bachman in 60 seconds on KYT.
James and I are having a beef.
About which Runza burger is best.
It's the savory Swiss mushroom. Hands down.
No, it's the double cheeseburger. 2 burgers, better than 1, 'cause math.
The spicy Jack burger is also good.
True. Wait, why are we fighting?
I forget. Come get your favorite Runza burger today, because Runza makes it all better.
Want the best fast food burger around? Try Runza on Broadway by Menards in Yankton.
Whether you're grilling with family and friends, hitting your favorite hiking trail, or catching a beautiful Midwest sunset, Good Boy Vodka ready-to-drink cocktails go wherever the good times are. With bold flavors like lime, black cherry, and cranberry, each can is just 95 calories, no sugar, and gluten-free. No mixers, no mess, just smooth refreshment in every sip. Grab a pack of Good Boy Vodka cocktails, because good days deserve a good drink.
New pitcher Sam Hansen, a 2.38 ERA on the season. This is a good pitcher, Josh. Can you give me a little more about this guy and his stats on the year?
Yeah, made 18 appearances, started a couple as well. He's got 25 strikeouts, and that's pretty impressive when you're predominantly a bullpen guy. A few walks too, but had a really good regular season. And look, he's looking to limit the damage right now. The Lancers have runners on the corners, and they're trying to keep this a 3-run game. We've seen 3-run comebacks in this game are possible. We've seen it with 1 swing of the bat from Aiden Chang, and Morningside's going to have to try to do the same from here, but first they got to handle Ryan Bachman at the plate.
Now, if I'm Morningside, Ryan Bachman, obviously a priority is the man at the plate, but with the runners on the corners and Owens on first, I am fully expecting Owens to try and take second there. That is a usual strategy for the Lancers with his speed. 38 stolen bases on the year, runners on the corners. They'll usually send him here. I'd be ready to throw over to second and get out number 3 that way. First pitch, strike thrown for Bachman here.
If I'm Hansen personally, I think you just deal with the guy at the plate. You got 2 outs, and just try to get the out and get out of here. I am a firm believer of that, though, with 2 outs. Just worry about the guy at the plate.
There goes Owens. Throw over to second. Cutoff man brings it off. Marshall returns to third. Owens takes bag number 39 on the season. They wanted to bait Marshall into going home. He stayed put at third. Owens, one stolen bag away from the first 40-piece in Lancer history.
I'm looking at it here. Hanson one strike away from getting out of this, but if he gives up a hit, that's with Owens' speed, that's probably scoring 2 runs. And so a big pitch here.
Bachman with an 0-2 count, runners on second and third now. He's going to put a grounder, and it is into the outfield. That's a base hit. 2 runs are going to score. Marshall and Owens are home. Bachman has given the Lancers an extended lead at 8-3.
Yeah, up 5 here, big spots. 8 runs in these last 2 innings. Lancers bats, we talked about how close they were in their first few. Now breaking out here in these last 2 innings, and now with a 5-run lead.
8-3 your score. Mount Marty on top here on KYNT 102.1 FM AM 1450. Ryan Bachman just got a couple RBIs, and now Daniel Vonnegut is ready to bat. First pitch ball delivered for him from Hanson. 1-0 pitch. High infield fly. This should be out number 3. Shortstop. Can of corn, and that is number 3. Back in 60 seconds, Lancers now lead 8-3 as we go to the bottom of the 6th. Morningside gets their bats up after a long half inning. Back in 60 on KYNT.
Buying a home isn't just about real estate. It's about investing in yourself. At the Move Group, we believe the best time to buy is when it makes sense for you. Our expert agents put people before transactions, meaning we listen first, provide honest guidance, and help you make a confident decision. No pressure, no gimmicks. Markets change, but the right home is about more than just numbers. It's about finding the right fit for your life and your future. When you're ready, we're here to help. Contact the Move Group today.
It's time to stop making excuses. The peace of mind you get after a colonoscopy is worth it. It's the best way to prevent and detect one of the deadliest cancers. In fact, your doctor can remove precancerous polyps during the procedure if necessary. That's right, before it even turns to cancer. No buts about it. Get a colonoscopy at 45 and follow up every 10 years or as recommended by your doctor. Find a location or schedule now at avera.org/colon.
Mount Marty gets 5 runs in the top of the 6th inning. They lead 8-3 now over Morningside. Morningside has not scored since the 2nd inning when they got 3 runs in the 2nd. Palmer Jacobs on the mound still for the Lancers. Those 5 runs for Mount Marty came from a Jackson Nome sacrifice ground out, brought in Tyler Vance. Jalen Owens then reached first on an error, was able to bring in 2 runners there. Lancers led 6-3, and then finally the Ryan Bachman single, nearly ending the inning. Owens and Marshall were brought home. Lancers lead 8-3.
And now Palmer Jacobs out here trying to maintain that 5-run lead as he throws a strike there, his first of the 6th, and really settling down after that 2nd inning. He's pitched 3 straight shutout innings and trying to go for a 4th here.
And he's facing Odell, the 3rd baseman. Odell gets a small piece of that one over to the 2nd baseman, throw to first. Not a good throw, it goes right by the 1st baseman. And that'll be 2 bags now for Odell.
Yeah, and if you're Vonnegut, you gotta just eat that one. I think Odell had already gotten to first, and yeah, that's just a tough break. A couple of really unfortunate sequence of events there between an awkward start for Palmer Jacobs on that one, and then Vonnegut, like I said, should have probably just ate that one and kept it.
So Morningside, after a 5-run inning given up, will start with a man on second. And if you're the Mustangs, that's how you respond. That's how you do it. You get it one on right away. Bring up Snyder now. This is the catcher. He does have 1 hit today off Jacobs. 4 hits for the Mustangs so far today, 3 runs. Strike throw there from Palmer Jacobs. Jacobs' pitch count That was number 73. He has 2 walks, 2 strikeouts with those hit and runs, and 21 batters he's faced. Here's number 22.
Yeah, not in a bad spot pitch count-wise here in the 6th, and looking to settle things down after that first at-bat.
Swing and miss at strike 2. Snyder in an 0-2 hole at the moment. Michael Snyder, junior out of Washington. Came in from Edmonds Community College. 0-2 pitch. Got a piece of that, and it's out towards right field. That's a base hit. Kondo gonna throw it in here. They'll hold the runner at third. Runners on the corners now for the Mustangs.
Yeah, runners on the corners, no outs. You had to have a response like this after a bad top of the 6th, and about as good a start as you can ask for outside of putting things out of the park. But all of a sudden, runners on the corners here. Come up to the plate is Crosetti, who's got a big hit and an RBI in this game already.
By the way, Tyler Vance is at shortstop for the Lancers. No Joe Goki in the bottom of the inning. Joe Goki left in the top of the 6th after suffering an injury at first. Collided with the first baseman on the base path there, and we have not seen Goki since. That was only a half inning ago, but Vance is out at short. 0-1 pitch on the way. Out towards center field. This one is driven deep. Owens likely going to bring it in, but it should be a sac fly. Owens does bring it in. Third base runner comes in, and pickoff man and Kampshoff grabs it near the mound. 1 run scores for Morningside. 8-4 score on the sacrifice fly out to center.
Yeah, and a quick run there, but I think the Lancers will take the out on that for sure. You allow the sac fly, but limit some damage on that, and all of a sudden you can settle things down and try to course correct things here and get a couple more outs this inning.
8-4 after the Crosetti fly out. Here's Blackman. Strike.
Nice pitch there from Jacobs. Once again, looking to get a couple outs here and get out of the 6th.
Crosetti's 2nd RBI of the game. Most on the team for Morningside. He has 2, Woods has 1, and then the 4th run was on an error, I believe. That was. 1-1 count here. 8-4 score for Morningside. Runner on first. Jacobs missed there on the throw. 2-1 count. Swing and miss. Strike 2.
And Jacobs looking for a punch out here, ground ball or something, just any kind of out.
Outside throw, make the count full. 3-2.
Especially, you know, and it's one of those situations, not really in a ton of trouble right now on first 1 out, but if you give up another run, all of a sudden it's a lot closer, and gotta keep an eye on things as he throws over to first. Pick attempt, no good.
Returning his attention back to Blackman, the designated hitter. In the box, right-handed hitter, right-handed pitcher. Bottom of the 6th inning. Foul ball will keep the at-bat rolling. Full count pitch, part 2 incoming.
Yeah, I think maybe a couple of those pick attempts were a chance for Jacobs to reset here and try to get focused.
Swing and miss. Jacobs got him. That's out number 2.
Nice pitch there by Palmer. Jacobs get the strikeout. Now you're 1 out away from getting out of the 6th.
Runner on first still for Morningside. As Wilt steps up. Throw over to first at him again. Runner still safe. This is Thomas, by the way, out there, courtesy running for Snyder. Out towards right field, Kondo trying to track that one. The wind is taking it into the bullpen, and it is... Oh, Kondo ran into the fence hard there. Yeah, he's returning out to right field, but that was foul. We've talked at length today about that short field over in right between the foul line and the bullpen there, and Kondo hit that fence pretty hard. Yeah, he's trying to stretch out in right field right now. That one hurt.
Yeah, stretching out a little bit, but he'll be ready to go. He's tough, and all the Lancers and Jacobs and company trying to get this last out of the sixth.
2 outs on the board. Now an 0-1 count after the foul. Grounder over to Goki. He's got options. He'll take first. No, that's Vance, excuse me. Vance in for the injured. Goki makes the play at short over to first for Kampshoff. That does it for the sixth. Lancers still control a lead. 8-4 after 6. Go to the finals. 3 innings. 7th up next in 60 seconds on KYNT.
Hard Mountain Dew, the dew you love with a kick of 5% alcohol. It's a new flavored malt beverage available in 4 bold flavors, including Mountain Dew, Baja Blast, Livewire, and Watermelon. Mountain Dew lovers of legal drinking age can experience the bold citrus flavors of the soft drink they know and love with 5% alcohol, 0 caffeine, and no added sugar. Experience hard flavors like Original Mountain Dew, Livewire, Baja Blast, Watermelon, or Baja Blast Pineapple Punch and Mango flavors. Get your Dew today.
Imagine paid vacation, sick leave, holidays, and full medical coverage the moment you start a new job. Plus quarterly profit sharing, 5% 401k match, and a company-paid retirement plan. Your first day on the job. With Parker of Yankton, you don't have to imagine, because all these benefits begin day one. We are hiring assemblers, material handlers, and line operation techs for both shifts. Don't mind working nights? Enjoy a pay differential of $235. If you're looking to upgrade your career and have day one benefits, apply today at parker.com.
Parker, engineering your success.
8-4, Lancers lead as we start off the 7th inning. It'll be Tyler Vance into bat for the injured Joe Goki here to lead off the inning. So Tyler Vance, this will be our first look at him batting here in this tournament, obviously today, and over the last couple weeks as well. Can you tell me a little more about Tyler Vance batting on the season?
Yeah, had a nice play out short to end that last inning, but he's hitting .218 on the year. He does have a homer, and looks like they'll be rolling with him for the rest of today and see how he does as he takes pitch 1 for a strike.
Lancers missing one of their leaders in Joe Goki at the moment, but Vance trying to step up in the tournament. And he's going to put a line drive straight into the glove of the second baseman. That one hurt for the second baseman. Put some vibrations up his left arm there, and he's trying to walk that one off. But he did make the catch.
Yeah, made the catch. Well-hit ball there by Vance. You like to see that in his first plate appearance today, but either way, found a glove for the out.
Yeah, he's checking out his hand right now. No glove on the hand. That one didn't feel very good for the second baseman there, but back to action we go. Shugo Kondo now ready to bat. There's the glove put on for the second baseman. He's ready to roll now. Give him credit, Bunkers. That was a good catch. Kondo, foul ball.
Foul ball and Shugo Kondo looking, 4 runs. It's not, you're in a good spot here in the 7th, but you want to keep adding runs to that and just further cement your case and try to advance that noon game tomorrow.
Winning game 1 puts you in a very good situation. You're guaranteed at least to be in the late game Thursday. A win in the noon game would put you to Friday. High fly ball into center field for Shugo Kondo, and he is caught for out number 2. That'll bring up Will Gardner now, who does have 2 runs scored today. He has 1 hit, 1 walk. Ended up scoring after both of those. Plate appearance number 4. Had a strikeout in there as well. Gardner with 2 outs on the board, nobody on. Lefty bat. Takes strike 1 looking.
Like I said, he's been busy. Has a hit today, has a couple runs as well with that walk, and productive day for the left fielder.
0-1 pitch. Grounder over to the second baseman. Fielded clean. This should do it. And it does. Bunkers with a good second inning for the seventh inning for the second baseman. As we now go to the bottom of the seventh. Palmer Jacobs back out on the mound when we return. Mount Marty Lancer baseball on KYNT back in 60 seconds.
Rewarding you for doing everyday things, like buying gas, shopping, and dining local. Does your bank do that? If you're a Core Trust customer, your bank does that. When you open a premium or preferred checking account and meet requirements, you get access to Core Trust perks powered by Bazing, an exclusive network offering 300,000 plus deals and discounts on dining, shopping, travel, fuel, and more. Visit us online, in person, or by phone. Terms and conditions apply. Member FDIC.
Is it time for a new job? Aztec offers you the variety you seek. Aztec is now seeking employees for all shifts for the following positions: assemblers, painters, CNC machinists, and welders. Aztec offers competitive pay, 10 paid holidays, incredible 401k, paid partner leave, safety incentives, and a sign-on bonus for production workers. To apply for these jobs or see what others are available, go to aztecjobs.com. Aztec, built to connect from rock to road.
Bottom of the seventh on KYNT. Palmer Jacobs ready to throw here for the Lancers. Get an update on his stats. Pitch count at 86. He's allowed 4 runs, 5 hits. Lancers lead 8-4. He's gone the distance so far as we start the bottom of the seventh.
And this is a move, man. I don't believe up in the pen. Actually, there might be one or up now. I see. It's hard to see in that corner from here. But Palmer Jacobs trying to get them through the seventh and save another arm for another inning if possible.
You want your guys to go as long as possible in the tournament. You got a lot of games that need to be played. Here now is Connor Woods, a redshirt junior out of Cedar Falls, Iowa, batting for Morningside, leading off the bottom of the seventh. Inside throw, Jacobs has missed thrice to start off the inning. 3-0 your count. There is someone warming up in the bullpen for the Lancers, by the way, but oof. 4 pitches, 4 balls, and a walk in the leadoff hitter. I would assume Jacobs' leash is very small after that. Yeah, here comes Tycro. I wouldn't be surprised if they took him out here, but also they just started warming up that reliever. They might leave him out for another batter just to give their bullpen arm a little more time.
This could also be a case of stalling here.
Exactly.
Give him a couple. Yeah, we'll see what happens. And
it looks like they are going to say goodbye to Palmer Jacobs. So that will be it for his day. He will finish with 1 on, so if that runner comes home, that would be his run. But for now, he's allowed 4 runs, 5 hits, 90 pitches today, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts, 26 batters faced. And when he left the field, Lancers were up 4. We're going to go ahead and take a break now as Zach Hagge warms up. Back here in 60 seconds, it's Lancer Baseball on KYT.
Hard Mountain Dew, the dew you love with a kick of 5% alcohol. It's a new flavored malt beverage available in 4 bold flavors, including Mountain Dew, Baja Blast, Live Wire, and Watermelon. Mountain Dew lovers of legal drinking age can experience the bold citrus flavors of the soft drink they know and love with 5% alcohol, 0 caffeine, and no added sugar. Experience hard flavors like Original Mountain Dew, Live Wire, Baja Blast, Watermelon, or Baja Blast Pineapple, Punch, and Mango flavors. Get your Dew today.
FM 1021 and AM 1450 KYNT Yankton.
Yeah.
Hey son, can you hand me that vice grip?
As any farmer or rancher knows, having the right tools in the toolbox is important. That goes for your ag lending as well. If you're considering expansion, restructuring debt, or purchasing equipment, call Dakota Mac. We have a toolbox full of lending solutions to help you with your ag financing needs.
Hi, it's Jeff Wolfgram from Dakota Mac. Call us at 800-682-4578 to learn how Dakota Mac products can work for you.
Bottom of the seventh here on KYNT. Zach Hagge on the mound for the Lancers now. Very good relieving arm for this Lancer team, who has got in a lot of work over the season. This is appearance number 22, Josh.
Yeah, and a big spot here for run game. I know that sounds like the Lancers got a little bit of space, but things can change on a dime. We saw that for the Lancers in the 5th and 6th, scoring 8 there, but bringing him in here in a high leverage spot to shut things down.
First pitch for Haggie, low for a ball. First batter he faces today. It's going to be Bunkers. This is the 9-hole batter for Morningside. Top of the order on deck. Swing and miss, strike one here. A little more in depth into Haggie's stats on the season.
Yeah, looking at it here, 4.08 ERA. He's got 35 strikeouts in the season and 21 appearances.
1-1 pitch. Called strike. Breaking ball just caught the inside of the zone. Is the call. 1-2 count.
And Sun mostly away here at Riverside Field going into the bottom of the 7th. And been on for a little bit, but playing under the lights here.
Swing and miss, strike 3. Haggie puts down his first batter.
Needed it, got it. Big first out of the 7th inning.
Top of the order for the Mustangs. Here's the shortstop, number 17.
Go to the shortstop, Kielbasa. Back up here. He's had a rough day, 0 for 3 with a strikeout in there against Jacobs, but his first time he's facing Haggie here today.
And this is why you go to Haggie in this spot. This is the 1, 2, 3 batters now in this lineup. You want them up against their best guys, and I like this move by Tykro here.
Low pitch for ball 1 to start it off from Zach Haggie. Haggie, senior out of Lyons, Nebraska, not from too far from here. 1-0 pitch. Out towards left field. That'll drop for a base hit. It's a single for Morningside. They've got 2 on. Lancers lead this game 8-4 as we go to the bottom of the 7th. A 9-inning contest tonight. They're trying to hang on to it.
And trying to hang on to it, and that's Kielbasa's first hit. Top of the lineup, been a little more quiet here from Morningside, but they're trying to get it going in a big spot. They're down 4 here in the 7th with only 1 out, and as they welcome Delzell to the plate to try to get this game a little closer.
Delzell with 2 on, takes a low throw from Haggie again. Haggie starts all 3 of his first batters with a low throw on his first pitch. 1-0 count once again.
1-0 count, and Haggie in a bit of a jam here, trying to get out of it.
.20 count now for Haggie after another low throw. Runners on first and second for the Mustangs. Lancers lead by 4. Morningside threatening here. 1 out on the board, and that is all. Delzell. 2-0. Inside throw from Haggie that time. Bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, and Haggie 1 pitch away here from walking the bases, and that would put the tying run at the plate.
Found the zone that time for strike 1. 3-1 count here with 1 out on the board. Got him on the fastball.
And needs something here, and just any kind out, get to that second out here in the 7th.
Take anything here to get to 2 outs. And they'll get the K. No, excuse me, that is 2. Excuse me, full count.
Yeah, full count, but 1 strike away from that K, battling back here. Down, or was initially down 3-0, and all of a sudden put this into a payoff pitch situation.
Full count pitch with 2 on and 1 down in the inning. Haggie fires. Just got a piece of that one to Delzell. Odell is on deck, by the way, who does have a hit and a run today.
Yeah, a walk as well. He's done a good job of getting on base, and obviously he's hoping to do the same when he gets up here, pending a double play or anything like that, but right now, Delzell.
Full count pitch. Just got a piece of that one again for another foul. Haggie resets. Full count pitch, part 3.
Yeah, part 3. A good battle here between Haggie and Dalzell, and see who ends up winning it.
It's going to go out towards center field. Deep shot. Owens getting underneath of it. And the catch is made for out number 2. Runners will stay put. 2 down.
Yeah, needed that out there, Tal. You could feel if he could put that man on base, momentum maybe shifts a little bit to the Mustangs and getting a big out there, and now 1 out away from getting out of this jam.
Jacob Odell is the man. Junior out of Northridge, California. First pitch ball again from Haggie here. I believe every at-bat so far for Haggie has been a first pitch ball. 1-0 count. 2 outs on the board. Runners on first and second. Low and outside throw again from Zach Haggie, senior pitcher for the Lancers.
And trying to avoid walking the bases loaded here, down 2-0 early in the count. And once again, same situation. If a man gets on, that brings the tying run to the plate.
2-0 count with 2 outs on the board. Got the zone there, strike 1. Looking.
Nice pitch with the breaking ball there. Gets a strike and gets the count to 2-1.
Three-one count after a low pitch there. Haggie in a crucial moment in the GPAC tournament. Throw over to second. Safe is the call. Close play there.
Yeah, that was close right there. Almost caught the runner at second, slacking just a little bit. Almost got the pick off, but to no avail.
Vonnegut had a real chance at him at second base there. Watching it live, I thought they had him, but
good
not
throw,
quite.
too.
Good throw from Haggie. Return to the at-bat, 3-1. 1 more out to get for the Lancers. Walked him. Walk will load up the bases. Still 2 outs on the board, but now we got a massive at-bat, and it is Snyder coming up once again. Michael Snyder, that junior out of Washington, has 2 hits today. It's been money.
Yeah, 2 for 2 today. And, you know, he's a big bat. Had a deep single in the first inning. And with 1 swing of the bat, he could tie this game up, Tell. Catcher here. Junior in a big moment from Washington.
Strike 1 in the first pitch from Haggie. Got in the zone that time. 0-1 count to start things off. Bases are loaded for the Mustangs. Maybe the biggest moment of this ball game so far here. Mustangs trying to get back into it. Lancers trying to slam the door on them. Bottom of the 7th inning. 0-2 is the count. Looking takes the strike for Snyder.
And 1 strike away from getting out of this jam. A big moment for Zach Haggie and the Lancers here. Can they get out of the bottom of the 7th?
Haggie, 0-2 count. We'll see what he does. Up in the count. Tried to get him to chase. Yep, 1-0 count. Stayed home, did Snyder. 1-2. Ball throw. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Haggie trying to finish off the 7th here. Morningside trying to get back into the game. Lancers lead by 4 at the moment. 1-2 pitch. Lancers thought it was strike 3. Ball is the call. There's the boos. Boo Birds are out in Yankton from the home crowd.
And that was close. I understand. It to me, from here, and I know our angle's not great, it looked like a ball, but it's so hard to tell from up here sometimes.
We are off center where we are standing, by the way. 2-2 is the count. 2 outs on the board. Bases loaded. Crowd cheering on Haggie.
It's high.
Full count.
High and now a full count, like you said.
Full count for Haggie with the bases loaded.
Nowhere to put this runner.
Lancers have got to get him out. Mustangs need a hit. Foul ball.
Snyder stays alive. What an incredible at-bat. These two guys battling back and forth. And once again, we'll do the payoff pitch.
Payoff pitch once again. Haggie. Grounder out towards center field, right in between second and short. 2 runs are going to score for Morningside. Lancers do get the second out there. And I think we do have safe here. 2 runs go for Morningside, but the Lancers do get out number 3 at second base. Runner went just a little too far around in the bags, but I believe 2 runs score. Waiting on the call here, or getting the explanations. It was close. Just one.
1 run.
1. All right.
I think they're saying maybe the tag was applied over at second before that other runner got
it was close.
in.
It was close.
And that's what they're arguing now.
We'll take a break while they sort this out, and we'll let you know. At the moment, the score is 8-5. Back here in 60 seconds, it's Lancer Baseball on KYNT.
You pay what we pay with Ford's From America, For America employee pricing event, now through June 2nd at Lewis & Clark Ford. Get employee pricing on most new Ford vehicles. That means you can get a vehicle from America's great car company at below dealer invoice, and employee pricing is in addition to any other discounts or incentives available. See our new Ford selection at 4th and Capitol Yankton or online at lewisandclarkford.com. Employee pricing now at Lewis & Clark Ford.
At Les Schwab, we've been changing the tire game for more than 70 years. Our Go the Extra Mile service means more hustle, less hassle. We design our own exclusive tires to give you more tires made for the roads you drive, less compromise. All backed by America's best tire warranty included with every tire we sell. We're talking more unbeatable tire warranty, less charging you extra, like the other guys. It's why you get more from less. Book an appointment at leschwab.com.
3 outs in the books. We go to the 8th inning on KYNT. Starting to come down to it between these two teams. Man, what a battle they have had over the last week and a half between these programs. 5 games. We are finishing up the 5th here. Lancers lead 8-5 in the GPAC tournament. Morningside swept the regular series, but the win here is the one that matters.
The one that matters here. Winner advances the noon game tomorrow against Doane. Loser plays Northwestern at 3 o'clock, and it'll be the bottom 2 members of the Lancers lineup here with Lucas Kampshoff and Jackson Nome. Then we'll flip to the top with Aiden Chang.
Kampshoff, strike 1 on the first pitch here. This is Hansen. Back in throwing once again. Sam Hansen, junior out of Gowrie, Iowa. 0-1 count he'll start with. And from this point on for the Mustangs, you really just need to play really good defensive baseball. You can't allow anything. When you're playing down 3 in the final 2 innings, you got to put up zeros.
And there's a reason why Hansen's in this game. He's done a good job of shutting things down since they brought him in, pitching an inning and a third, and trying to keep it going here with a strike.
One-two pitch for Kampshoff on the way. Kampshoff was walked in his last at-bat, ended up scoring a run. His first 2, he struck out both times. And he'll be struck out here as well.
Yeah, and a few strikeouts today for Kampshoff. He did have a big walk earlier in this game that ended up leading to that 5-run inning for the Lancers, or part of that, but right there, taking the strikeout and getting the first out of the 8th inning.
That'll bring up Jackson Nome, DH, batting in the 9 hole. 1 out on the board. Aiden Chang, leadoff hitter, and the top of the order is on deck. Outside throw, ball 1 from Hansen.
Lancers trying to add a few runs here, Tell. Obviously, you know, the 3-run lead is a nice cushion, but we've seen what Morningside can do in the back half of these games against Mount Marty. So you got to, you know, maybe try to add a few runs here if you can to feel a little more comfortable.
100%. Morningside, once again, in those 4 games they won over the Lancers last week, 3 of them were walk-offs in the bottom of the 7th. They were trailing by 1 going into that final frame. 3 outs away were the Lancers, and the Morningside got 2 runs. They walk it off 3 consecutive times. Did not go around here, did Nome, is the call. 2-1, your count. Nome. Foul ball.
Yeah, like you said, foul ball, well hit, but foul, and count even here at 2.
Two pitch for Jackson Nome. Outside, full count. We're in the top of the 8th inning, 1 out on the board. Nome now with a full count, facing Hansen.
Lancers just trying to get some base runners here in the 8th and see if they can get a couple across as well.
Nome is walked. He'll get on first. Aiden Chang will step up with a man on and 1 out.
Yeah, and you're probably going to have to pitch to Chang here. They chose to walk him intentionally in his last at-bat, but here if you intentionally walk him, put 2 on with 1 out, that's obviously not an ideal situation. And so they're going to have to pitch to the leadoff hitter here for the Lancers, who has a big 3-run homer in this game.
Hottest bat on the team right at the moment. He's playing really good, seeing the pitches come in slow. He's got a hold of quite a few over the last couple weeks. He's got a hold of another one here. Deep towards left field, back near the warning track. It is caught. Left fielder Delzell brought that one in. Chang will fly out. 2 outs on the board. Nome still is on first base. That'll bring up Jalen Owens, center fielder for the Lancers.
And put a little drive on that one, but like you said, fell short of the warning track and just didn't get quite enough on it. We've talked about Owens' speed, beat out a throw his last time up that led to a couple runs on that play. Really the difference right now in this game. Could be a 1-run game without it.
First pitch ball for Owens. Nome on first. Outside throw. Oops, strike called.
Tough to tell. Looked like from here it caught the corner of that plate, but close.
1-1 count. Foul ball.
Hansen once again just trying to keep things stabilized for the Mustangs, keep this at a 3-run game going in to the bottom of the 8th, and 1 strike away from doing that.
Morningside has put up a run in both of their last 2 innings when they've been batting, 1 run each. Gonna send the runner here. Nome is gonna take second.
And just enough of a pitch outside that it gave Nome the leap he needed and gets the second. And all of a sudden, if Owens can get a base hit here, the Lancers should be able to add a run. Considering with 2 outs, Nome's probably going on contact.
Jackson Nome, that would be stolen base number 6 on the year for the senior. Owens, 2-2 pitch, incoming.
Low.
Full count.
Yeah, full count here, Owens. Owens trying to get on. We talked about his hit earlier. That was so big, laking out that single over there.
Ran out the throw. See if he's got another one in him. Full count. Swing and miss, strike 3. That's out number 3 of the inning as well. Bottom of the 8th we go. See who's on the mound for the Lancers. They are needing 3 outs. They lead this game 8-5 right at the moment. We'll take a break. Back in 60 seconds. You're listening to Lancer Baseball on KYNT.
Traveling to Yankton for business or pleasure? Then book your stay at Yankton's 2 best hotels, the Fairfield by Marriott and Holiday Inn Express. Both are conveniently located to everything in Yankton. Both offer complimentary hot breakfast and meeting rooms for business travelers. And if you want a great rate with flexible reservation changes, call either hotel direct. The Fairfield by Marriott and Holiday Inn Express, 2 great hotel choices when visiting or arranging rooms for guests to Yankton.
Are you looking for the easy way to travel? Let Foreman Charters do the driving for your next trip. Foreman has some amazing trips planned for 2025, including a 5-day Mississippi River cruise that features a Broadway production of Chicago, running from May 27th to the 31st. Also planned is a Memphis and Nashville 9-day Music Lovers tour featuring Graceland and the Grand Ole Opry, running June 16th to the 24th. For more on these and other 2025 Foreman Charter tours, go to foremanbus.com.
Aspen Dahl on the mound for the Mount Marty Lancers. Junior out of Madison, South Dakota is the man to try and finish up this game for the Lancers. Bottom of the 8th inning, they lead 8-5. 2 more innings to go. Josh, tell me a little about Aspen Dahl's season.
Yeah, Aspen Dahl on the year, looking at here, has made 9 appearances. 10 appearances this season, 10 as a starter, so 1 out of the pen. He's got 29 strikeouts this season, and like you said, looking to close out. We'll see if he just goes 1 inning or 2. Like you said, could be a long reliever here with a lot of his appearances being starts.
As you said, most of his appearances start. 9 of his 10 appearances being starts there. A guy that the Lancers have trusted for a long time. Now bringing him out of the bullpen, trying to get these final couple of outs. Dahl, 29 strikeouts to 14 walks on the season. First batter he faces is a dangerous one. It's Grossetti.
Yeah, he had a big hit earlier in this game, an RBI as well.
And he's going to put one out towards center field here. Owens going back, trying to bring it in. Jumps up in the air and cannot bring it in. Hits off the fence. He'll throw it into second, and a double for Grossetti.
Yeah, big hit there, and all of a sudden, Morningside, they need to have a big inning, and they get it started with a double there off the fence.
We'll bring up the designated hitter for Morningside, number 5, Luke Blackman.
And that'll bring Luke Blackman to the plate until he's got a double in this game, 1 for 3, and I think Morningside would take another double from him right here.
Yeah, 2 strikeouts as well, but as you said, a very good hit, a double from him earlier. And a runner on second. Low throw to start things off for Dahl, 1-0 count. High throw again, 2-0 count now from Dahl. Working on Blackman. Runner on second. Morningside down 3, trying to add runs in the bottom of the 8th. Swing and miss at strike 1 there.
I needed to get a strike there. If you walk Blackman, all of a sudden 2 runners on, time run at the plate with no outs here in the 8th. Things start getting a little tight.
2-1 pitch. Grounder. Slow one over to the shortstop. Vance brings it in, throws on the run over to first. Safe.
Yeah, good part of that, though, is the grounder was just slow enough. It did freeze the runner at second, so at least he didn't advance. But once again, runners on first and second, no outs, and tying run at the plate.
Wilt, the first baseman.
Yeah, the first baseman, like you said, he's 0 for 2 today with a walk and looking to get his first hit of the tournament.
2 on, no outs. Warming up in the pen for the Lancers is Jay Negebauer. One-0 count.
Wilt does have some power. He has 6 homers on the season, hitting just below 300. One swing of the bat away from tying this one.
Strike throw there, 1-1 count for Dahl. Lancers lead this game 8-5. We're in the bottom of the 8th inning. Morningside with 2 on and no outs, however. One count. Just missed there. 2-1 pitch incoming. Low and outside. Two-one pitch on the way. Just got a piece of that one. That'll be strike 2. 2-2 count.
It doesn't matter how you get it. If you're the Lancers, you need an out here. Don't want to load the bases or anything like that. Dahl fighting.
Two-two pitch. Swing and miss. Strike 3. Dahl gets one.
Needed that. Gets the out with the strikeout. No runners advance once again. Big strikeout there for Aspen Dahl.
Aspen Dahl is a junior out of Madison.
Dahl now we talked about with that last at bat with Wilt, now Woods and Bunkers facing the bottom of this Morningside order right now.
8-5 your score, bottom of the 8th inning. Strike 1 thrown there is the call for Dahl. He'll start it with an 0-1 count after a first pitch strike. One. Strike 2.
Back-to-back strikes here. 1 strike away from getting that second out here in the bottom of the 8th.
Back-to-back Ks would be just what the doctor ordered for the Lancers. Dahl trying to give it to him. The 0-2. Outside, Chang able to save it. Wild pitch here would be just about heartbreaking for the Lancers. Put 2 in scoring position. 1-2 count with 2 outs on the board. 8-5, Lancers do lead, bottom of the 8th inning. Foul ball. Once again, you are listening to 102.1 FM, AM 1450. It's KYNT. Streaming live on KYN TV as well, the GPAC network. Alongside Josh Bolter, I'm Tel Tanner. 1-2 pitch from Aspen Dahl on the way. Game coming down to the wire. Outside throw, Dahl trying to get him to chase here, 2-2.
Yeah, 2-2 and battle here at the plate between Woods and Dahl. Once again, such a pivotal moment in this game, Tel, where one swing of the bat can really tie this game, or Mount Marty could be real close to, once again, just 5 outs away from winning this game 1.
Runners go here, throw over to second, trying to get out. Number 3, they do! They got him at second! Lancers send it to the 9th inning. They're 3 outs away from a Game 1 victory in the GPAC tournament.
He gets it done at the plate. He gets it done with his arm. How about Aiden Chang with the throw out there over to second base? Nice play. And like you said, the Lancers just 3 outs away from winning this game.
Back here in 60 seconds, you're listening to Lancer Baseball on KYNT.
Did you know Sherco offers more than egg tarps? As an industry leader in construction, waste, and flatbed tarping systems, Sherco offers manual and electric tarp systems for not only grain trailers and grain carts, but also side dumps, end dumps, belly dumps, roll-offs, flatbeds, and more. To learn more, give us a call at 1-800-474-8756 or find us at Sherco.com. Demand the best, demand Sherco.
When it's time to celebrate, Pizza Ranch is ready. This is Mike with the Yankton Pizza Ranch. We've got plenty of room and plenty of food on our buffet for everyone, loaded with pizzas, desserts, and the country's best chicken. Everyone leaves a winner, so make it a buffet day at Pizza Ranch of Yankton, available every day from 11 to 8.
It's where life tastes better. Surround 'em up and head her down to Pizza Ranch. Whoa, that's good.
8-5 is the score of the ball game. Lancers by 3 as we start off the 9th inning. Ryan Bachman to lead off the inning for the Mount Marty Lancers, trying to add a little bit of wiggle room, a little more cushion before we go to the bottom of the inning where they will be 3 outs away. But first, we got an out-of-town scoreboard update brought to you by Triple Time Rudy's. Whatever you drive, fuel up at Triple Time Rudy's. They're on Broadway in Yankton. Other GPAC game going on today, we just had a final.
Yeah, over on the Concordia side, Briarcliff has defeated Midland 4-2. They were down 2-0. They rally, get the win. Meanwhile, Dakota Wesleyan and Concordia, they'll be starting sometime, hopefully within the hour. That's even though it says top of the first here, that will not start for another half an hour or so.
And it's hard to say there. When you have a delay, a rain delay as heavy as they did today, normally they won't take the full 45 minutes between games. They'll try and get it started here. We'll see. We'll keep you updated as long as we can, but we will not have the final score for you. We're in the 9th here. First pitch starting off the 9th, ball 1 here.
As you say, that 17-inning game incoming. I hope you realize that.
Strike one thrown now, 1-1 count. I believe this is a new pitcher in Josh Pratt, senior out of Lamar's, Iowa.
Home of Wells Blue Bunny.
Yeah, actually, yeah. I've been to that Blue Bunny factory, and I have eaten the ice cream. It's good.
I took a tour there in 2nd grade. That's what I got for you. No, 3rd grade.
I was there this summer just because I wanted ice cream, but, you know. Low throw again, 3-1 count for Bachman. One missed throw away from putting the leadoff man on for the Lancers. Ryan Bachman, by the way, very good at seeing the ball. 34 walks on the season. Grounder here, straight into the glove of the third baseman. Didn't get it clean. Throw over to first. He recovered in time, and what a throw.
Yeah, nice recovery by Odell and an even better throw there to get the out. I thought for a second there Bachman might have been able to get over, but Odell makes the play. And now 1 down here in the top of the 9th.
1 down, as you said. Lancers, once again, no matter what happens in this half inning, they will be 3 outs away from finishing this game when we go to the bottom of the 9th. They're just trying to add a little bit of cushion here.
By the way, our board guy suggests that we change Ryan Bachman's name to Ryan Walkman, and I like that. 34 walks. I'm a fan.
I'm down for that.
I'm a fan.
But 2 pitch on the way now.
To quote Billy Bean from Moneyball, doesn't matter if it's a walk or a hit, gets on base.
Daniel Vonnegut, who does have 1 walk in this game, has an 0-2 count, now a 1-2 count after a ball throw from Pratt. Two count now after 2 misses here. 1 out on the board. We're in the 9th inning. Strikeout there, that's 2. Vonnegut will strike out, and that'll bring up Tyler Vance now. A chance to be a hero for the Lancers after the injury to Joe Goki. We never saw him return. We're going to try and get an update on him. We will speak with the head coach of the Lancers, Josh Tykro, after this game, whenever that end is, and see if we can get an update then. But for the moment, Vance in here batting. And he's going to put it on the ground. Over to third. Throw over to first base. That's number 3. Lancers go 3 up, 3 down in the 9th. and they are 3 outs away. Mount Marty can finish this game with 3 outs. Morningside needs 3 runs first, 4 to win it themselves. Back here in 60 seconds, you're listening to Lancer Baseball on KYNT.
Olson Pest Technicians is a family-owned business since 1966. And with over 50 years of pest management, they understand your issues, and their well-trained team will help you solve your pest problems. Issues with cockroaches, ants, bedbugs, bats, termites, spiders, rats, mice, or other creepy crawling pests? Give your home a fresh start and use the proven method of fumigation to take care of your pest problem. Olson's Pest Technicians will thoroughly get rid of pests so you can rest easy again. Call Olson Pest today, 800-KILL-BUG. That's 1-800-KILBUGS.
Back for the final frame of regulation. Bottom of the 9th inning. Lancers lead 8-5 over Morningside. Trying to finish up this game is Aspen Dahl. Pitching for the Lancers, the junior out of Madison. He came in and through that 8th inning, put up a 0, did allow 2 hits, had 2 on, but got 2 strikeouts as well. Faced only 4 batters. Final out came throwing out at second after his 2 Ks. Dahl put his first 2 batters on, but then was just money from there on out.
Did a good job of battling there. Now he gets an opportunity. The Lancers are 3 outs away from heading to the noon game and a date with Doane tomorrow early afternoon. Of course, loser of this game will then play Northwestern at 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. So we'll see what happens here. Obviously a pivotal moment, and getting a win in the first game of the tourney would be big.
First pitch, bottom of the 9th. Strike is the call for Dahl. 1-0. A 1 pitch on the way for Hickson. Hayden Hickson, freshman out of Fort Collins, Colorado, I believe, is in here pinch hitting in the 9-hole for bunkers. 1-1. Got a piece of that one, did Hickson. Freshman in a big moment for the Mustangs. 1-2 pitch on the way for Dahl. Swing and miss, strike 3. Dahl gets 1.
2 outs away from heading to the noon game. Big strikeout there for Dahl. He struck out 3 batters now in this appearance, pitching really well.
3 of the 5 he's faced. Now Marty's 2 outs away. Finishing has been the problem for the Lancers against Morningside. 3 walk-off victories of the 4 games they played last week, and the 4th problems came in the bottom of the 7th or 8th inning as well. Lancers really need to finish here. Back at the top of the order, this is Kielbasa. For Morningside, it's not a bad situation. It's who you want up here. You're at the top of the order. 1 out on the board. This is your leadoff man.
Yeah, plenty of game, but running out of real estate here. Just 2 outs and trying to find a way if you're Morningside.
Strike 1 looking from Dahl. 2-1 count. The 2-1 pitch. Swing and miss, strike 2. Dahl's feeling it. Crowd's feeling it. Out towards right field, Shugo Kondo brings it in, out number 2. Lancers are 1 away from winning game 2 of this GPAC tournament. Morningside Pod, co-hosted by these 2 teams here in Yankton. Lancers trying to advance to the noon game tomorrow.
Now, like you said, trying to advance the noon game, take care of business here, and get to that noon game against Doane, but they still got to get this last out.
2 outs on the board. It's Delzell. Morningside's down to their last gasp. Strike 1 from Dahl. Low throw this time, a 1-1 count. Now Marty trying to finish up this ball game. Morningside defeated Mount Marty 4 times last week. Lancers trying to avenge that with a Game 1 victory here in the GPAC tournament. You win in the tournament, you erase all the bad things that happened last week.
Right, a lot of that goes away. We've talked about that in the pregame. If you can come out here and win, none of that matters. They're 1 out away, 2 strikes away.
8-5, Lancers lead, 2-1 count. Out towards left field, going towards foul territory. Gardner trying to get underneath it, won't get there in time. Foul ball, 2-2 is the count.
We've talked about how much room there is on that on that left field towards the foul territory in that bullpen. And Gardner had a lot of ground to cover there. Almost got there, but not quite. But now Mustangs down to their final strike, Tell.
2-2 count with 2 outs. Nobody on. Mustangs need 3 runs. Lancers need a single strike. Dahl trying to finish it. Foul ball again. Delzell staying alive. Same thing. Towards the left was the foul.
These Lancer fans will have to wait at least 1 pitch here. You can hear the crowd getting going here, cheering on their Lancers, trying to close out a victory.
2-2. Strike 3. Dahl finishes this ball game. Mount Marty's playing at noon tomorrow versus Doane.
Big win for the Lancers. Dahl comes in, strikes out 4 in those last 2 innings, shuts things down, and like you said, now they go to noon tomorrow. Slater Watterson on the mound against the Doane Tigers. We'll see what happens, but for tonight, you got to think the Lancers are pretty happy.
Yeah, we would assume it'd be Watterson. He's normally, him and Jacobs, their top 2 guys, you would assume. Lancers go to tomorrow after a day 1 victory, erase the tough week they had against Morningside. Last one feels good for Lancer fans.
Yeah, needed that. We talked about the history with Morningside this season and some of the tough breaks they've had. But look, we also talked about if they can get a win in this one, that all goes away. And you do that right here, and now you have a chance where if you win tomorrow against Doane, you're heading to that Friday game automatically without even having to play a second game. Obviously, that goes for Doane as well, but the Lancers have given themselves an opportunity here.
So here is your matchups for tomorrow. Game 1 will be Mount Marty versus Doane. Game 2, and that one starts at noon, by the way. Game 2, approximate start time at 3 o'clock. That will be Morningside versus Northwestern. Game 3, starting at 6 o'clock, will be the loser of Game 1 and the winner of Game 2, starting at 6. We will have all coverage right here on KYN-TV. Mount Marty Lancers, we will have coverage on 102.1 FM as well, starting tomorrow at 11:30. Noon is first pitch.
Yeah, exciting matchup. We got the Tigers, we got the Lancers. Going to be a good one tomorrow, Tell.
We're going to go ahead and take a break, catch our breath. We'll come back in a couple moments. We're going to speak with the head coach of the Lancers in a little bit. Alongside Josh Bolter, I'm Tell Tanner. Lancers win, back in a couple of minutes on KYNT.
The Dakota Theater in Yankton is always in need of volunteers. There's something for everyone, such as being involved with shows on or off stage, selling concessions, greeting, ushering, cleaning before and after, cleaning the bathrooms, organizing, helping with the lights, the sound, the costumes, decorating, and more. The Dakota Theater in Yankton is so grateful for every volunteer. Theaters for everyone. For more information, go to dakotatheater.org or call 665-4711.
The thought of moving can be overwhelming. This is Deb Speck with Vision Real Estate, and with 20 years of experience, I know how to make the process less stressful. The market is just heating up, so if you're thinking of buying or selling, call me and we'll talk about the whole process. And when you're ready, I'll guide you every step of the way. Call me, Deb Speck, with Vision Real Estate, 605-664-5555.
Have aches and pains taken you out of your game? At First Chiropractic Centers, we have been helping people get back into their game for nearly 40 years. Whether your game is sports related Or it looks more like gardening, household chores, exercising, or just daily life, if your pain is preventing you from enjoying or participating in your chosen activity, we can help. With offices in Yankton, Hardington, Tyndall, and Whitner. First Chiropractic Centers, making life better, one adjustment at a time.
Tired of fine print confusion? Vision Insurance Group will help you see your insurance coverage clearly without straining your budget, covering everything from life and home insurance to auto, business, and long-term care. Vision Insurance Group offers coverage for South Dakota, Iowa, and Nebraska residents. Visit VisionInsuranceGRP.com to get a personalized quote today. Vision Insurance Group, protecting your future so you can live in the vision.
All right, let's go ahead and start the Aztec post-game show. Make sure you build your career with the group that's built to connect. Rock to Road. Mount Marty defeats Morningside. 9 innings to start off the GPAC tournament. 8-5, your final score. Aspinall with some late-game heroics there, striking out 4 of the 7 batters he faced.
Yeah, had a really nice end to that game. Came thing in and locked things down those last couple innings. Getting some big outs and send the Lancers to the noon game tomorrow.
Noon game tomorrow. Once again, we'll remind you of what the games are going to be tomorrow. Game 1 starting at noon, Mount Marty versus Doane. Game 2 starting at 3, Northwestern versus Morningside. Game 3 starting at 6, loser of Game 1 and the winner of Game 2. The loser of Game 1 is not eliminated tomorrow since this is double elimination. However, the loser of Game 2 tomorrow between Northwestern and Morningside, that is an elimination game. That one's got heavy stakes. Game 3 will also be elimination. They will face the winner of Game 1 tomorrow, Friday, first pitch, noon. There's a lot going on. We'll continue to explain it to you tomorrow. But for now, let's go through our final stats here today. All brought to you by the Meat Lodge. If you want top quality meat at great prices, head to the Meat Lodge in Yankton on the way to the lake, Highway 52. Josh, the 3-run homer for Aiden Chang certainly jumps off the stat sheet for the Lancers. What else are you noticing?
Yeah, how about Ryan Bachman with 2 hits? He had 2 RBIs as well. Jalen Owens with a hit and an RBI. Jackson Nome with a hit and an RBI as well on the batting front. Looking at it from Morningside, Crosetti had 2 RBIs, 2 hits. Snyder with a hit and with 3 hits and an RBI. Woods with a hit and an RBI as well. So yeah, looking at that, really a lot of active bats in this one for both teams, resulting in a high score of 8-5. Yeah, and looking at it here, we'll also go through some pitching numbers. Palmer Jacobs, he pitched 6 innings, 5 runs over those 6 innings. Meanwhile, Zach Hagee had 1 inning pitched, no runs. Dahl with 2 innings, no runs as well. Looking at the pitching for Morningside, Nolan got the start, 5 2/3, 8 runs, 3 of which earned. Hansen came in for 2 1/3 with no runs. Only 1 hit given up, and then Pratt pitched that last inning there with no runs or hits for Morningside.
Those stats today brought to you by the Meat Lodge. If you want top quality meat at great prices, head to the Meat Lodge in Yankton on the way to the lake, Highway 52. Coach Tykro on his way up to talk with us right at the moment. First things first, we'll give you our final pitching stats for the day. Started off with Morningside. Nolan threw 99 pitches today, 5 2/3. 5 hits, 8 runs, 5 strikeouts to 4 walks, and 29 batters faced. Hansen came in after that, 2 1/3, 28 pitches, 1 hit, no runs, 1 walk to 2 strikeouts, and 9 batters faced. Pratt came in to throw the 9th and threw very well. Lancers go 3 up, 3 down on 8 pitches with a strikeout in there. Mount Marty, their pitchers, Palmer Jacobs, he had a really good game starting. 90 pitches he threw 6 innings, 5 hits. He ended up giving up with 5 runs. When he left, the Lancers were leading by 3. That 5th run ended up being him as well, so 5 at least. 3 strikeouts today, 26 batters faced. Zach Hagee came in after that, threw 1 inning, through the 7th for the Lancers. Or actually, 6th, 7th for the Lancers, came in relief of Jacobs there. Got out of a tough situation. 26 total pitches, 2 hits, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, 5 batters he faced to finish off that 7th inning would have been. Aspinall through the 8th and the 9th, 30 total pitches for the junior Dahl, 2 hits, no runs given up, 4 strikeouts, faced only 7 batters through 2 innings, struck out 4 of them, did Aspen Dahl. And now we welcome in the man. We got a nice seat for him and a headset here. And Josh Tykrow, the head coach for the Mount Marty Lancers. This brought to you today by Rise Fuel. It gives you the power to push harder, go faster, and perform better. Fuel your ambition and unleash your potential with Rise Fuel. Coach Tykrow, got Morningside.
Yeah, we did. That was, playing them 5 times in a row now. We were talking, some of us were saying it felt like we played them 10 times in a row. We're just so familiar with them now. Really good team, but that was a great win. I'm proud of our guys, how we competed, how we fought, and then how we finished. That was huge.
A couple of guys I want to talk about, but let's start it off with Aspen Dahl. Came in and threw the 8th and the 9th. 7 batters total he faced, struck out 4 of them. You got the pick off at second as well. That was a really impressive 2 innings.
Yeah, those were, definitely things that were big energy-wise for us too. Just big outs there, right? And him going out there, it's been a while since he's pitched. He's been dealing with a couple things and with his arm, but he looked good tonight and competed very well. Had the right mindset that he needed to finish. And then Chang with that throw down on that double steal there to second base, that was huge too. Just big momentum, moments for us that kept the ball on our side.
Coach, when it comes to finishing, this is something we've talked about a lot over the last week with obviously the way the Morningside games went last week and even before that, honestly. You come into the GPAC tournament now. You go into the 7th inning, you put up a 0. You go into the 8th inning, you put up a 0. You go into the 9th inning and you put up a 0, you get the win, and you go into the noon game tomorrow. That's got to feel good. Once you get into the tournament, you guys finally turned it on.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we've got such a good group of guys, and we were saying earlier, once, you just think about the success that you've had throughout the year. We have a lot of guys who, are out here right now who maybe haven't had the outings that they've liked in the last couple of weeks, but they have to remind themselves hey, I'm pretty good. I've done a lot of big things this year. You got to just reset and just be confident and trust your abilities. And that's what we saw tonight. I got a really good group of guys, like I said, and they were very deserving of tonight's win.
And, Coach, I want to walk you through a moment in this game. 5th inning, you're down 3-0. Aiden Chang steps up to the plate. He puts one over. What's going through your mind in that moment?
With the wind blowing, I was partially surprised. Just because of seeing, some of the other hard contacts that we had throughout the day and that they had too. But then when I got over the fence, it was just another reminder of this kid's legit, man. He's just a talent. He's a special player. He shines in big moments. He's fearless. I mean, you can see it not only when he's hitting, but defensively too. He's a special player. So that was huge for us though, for him to get that big hit for us.
And he's not just good at hitting. If you're watching on KYN-TV or the GPAC network right now, he's the guy on the screen who is currently out there taking care of home plate and doing a little bit of sweeping now. So these guys are certainly helping out, Coach.
Yeah, high character. They do things the right way. They know that it's more than just what they're doing performance-wise on the field. We got to make sure that we're just performing at a high level in all areas. And, he's a great example. As you can see, he'll be the last one to leave here tonight. He usually is, even at our practices. It's just his mindset. And like I said before, he's different in such a positive way. And he's great not only for our team, but even some of our younger guys to get to watch and just be his teammate. I think that's another thing, just making an impact on a lot of people.
And let's talk about the 6th inning. You guys are tied at 3. Jalen's up at the plate, hits one on a grounder to the left side and beats it out and ends up leading to 2 runs. Just talk about that moment.
Yeah, Jalen is very, very fast, to say the least. I think that's actually downplaying his speed. When he puts the ball on the ground and a defender has to move laterally at all, there's a high chance he's going to be safe. We've seen that throughout the year. That's just how fast he is. And defenses know that now. I mean, every team in our league, they're scared of him. I mean, they know that when he's up there, he's going to put a lot of pressure on you, and that just naturally, I think, speeds up a lot of our opponents. And then you see him bobbling balls or just trying to be too quick and making the errors or it's tough outs. So yeah, again, Jalen's been huge for us, and that was a very big moment tonight.
And you mentioned other teams starting to get scared of him, and you can see why. 39 stolen bases on the season now with the one tonight. One away from the first 40.
We got to get him to 40.
Well, you got it guaranteed 2 more games with the win tonight. And now let's turn to tomorrow. You're playing Doane in game 1. You win that game, just straight up you go to Friday. You're done for the day. I assume Slater probably, and what else can you tell me about tomorrow?
Yeah. So we're going to definitely use this momentum, that we've created tonight, and it's a kind of a quick turnaround, that noon start, because by the time we're here for pregame stuff and all that, we're going to be here before you know it again. But yeah, Slater's going to have the ball, and we're going to have basically all hands on deck in the bullpen again, because no one went an extended amount really, which is a really big thing for us too. So yeah, we should be about full strength there when it comes to the pitching side, and I'm excited for that. One thing, you guys probably saw Joe Gokey's situation. That was really tough. I think that it was something that everyone, their heart kind of just sunk a little bit. Tyler Vance went in there and did a really nice job of defensively, and even a couple of his at-bats. But, definitely feeling for Joe right now. I don't obviously know what exactly it is. But, yeah, we're gonna play hard and definitely have him, on our minds a little bit as we do it.
We'll certainly think about him and talk about him in the future as we go through this tournament. Hopefully good news, and he'll be able to get back out there here pretty quick is what we're hoping for. But that's about going to do it for this today, Coach. Congratulations on the Game 1 victory. Job's not finished. I'm looking forward to noon tomorrow.
Sounds good. Thank you, guys.
That brought to you today by Rise Fuel. Gives you the power to push harder, go faster, and perform better. Fuel your ambition and unleash your potential with Rise Fuel. We'll take a break, come back in a couple of minutes on KYNT and wrap things up. You're listening to Lancer Baseball on KYNT.
Colonoscopy is worth it. It's the best way to prevent and detect one of the deadliest cancers. In fact, your doctor can remove precancerous polyps during the procedure if necessary. That's right, before it even turns to cancer. No buts about it. Get a colonoscopy at 45 and follow up every 10 years or as recommended by your doctor. Find a location or schedule now at avera.org/colon.
Hard Mountain Dew, the dew you love with a kick of 5% alcohol. It's a new flavored malt beverage available in 4 bold flavors, including Mountain Dew, Baja Blast, Livewire, and Watermelon. Mountain Dew lovers of legal drinking age can experience the bold citrus flavors of the soft drink they know and love with 5% alcohol, 0 caffeine, and no added sugar. Experience hard flavors like Original Mountain Dew, Livewire, Baja Blast, Watermelon, or Baja Blast Pineapple, Punch, and Mango flavors. Get your Dew today.
All right, back here for the final time on our Aztec post-game show, wrapping things up here in Yankton. Alongside Josh Bolter, I'm Tel Tanner, Braden Butler back at the studio, holding things down. It was Bryce running camera for us today. We are ready to finish up here with our Move of the Game, Player of the Game. Move of the Game from Mason Strom. Are you buying or selling? Move with Mason and the Move Group. Josh, I don't think there's any debate on this one. There was one home run all day long by 4 teams, and it was a 3-run homer to tie the game.
Yeah, threw in homer to tie the game, and it was a big one. Aiden Chang, one hit on the day, but it was the most important one. Puts it over the fence, right field. You just heard Coach Tycrow talking about that with the wind. He wasn't sure if it was going to get over, but it did. Really sparked a rally for the Lancers and led to them winning a pivotal game one here today.
And we go to our player of the game now, or that from Mason Strong, by the way. Are you buying or selling? Move with Mason and the Move Group. Now our player of the game brought to you by Avera Health. Visit Avera.org today. Josh will give you a couple of the key performances, and you let the people know. Aspinall pitching, obviously, came in through the 8th and the 9th. 7 batters he faced, 4 strikeouts of the 7 batters, 30 pitches over 2 innings, no runs allowed in order to get that final win. For the Lancers hitting, Ryan Bachman had 2 hits on the day with 2 RBIs. Jalen Owens, that very key hit in a key moment there that led to 5 runs in the 6th, along with his 39th stolen base of the season. And then the Aiden Chang 3-run bomb. He had a very good day. Also a walk in there as well, and Cannon Marshall, his courtesy runner, ended up getting home after that walk.
Yeah, like you said, plenty of names to shout out on that one, but we're going to go with Aiden Chang. Look, it was the most pivotal hit of the day between these 2 games that were played. A big 3-run bomb, the only homer here in the Morningside pod here today, and it was a big one and tied the game in that 5th inning and led to the Lancers rallying and getting the dub here in Game 1.
That brought to you by Avera Health. Visit Avera.org today. That's going to do it here for us at KYNT in Yankton, down at Riverside Field. Day 1 is in the books of the Morningside pod of the GPAC tournament. Lancers win Game 2. Doan win Game 1. And those two are on a collision course for noon tomorrow. All coverage right here on KYNT beginning at 11:30 a.m. Braden Butler and myself will have the call of that action. Games 2 and 3 tomorrow. Josh will be back for those.
I feel like Arnold Schwarzenegger. I'll be back.
I'll be back.
That was a terrible one. I can do better. I'll be back. It was better.
That was better.
Better. Still not great, but better.
Work on it tonight. We'll see you tomorrow.
All right. Yeah, fun to be here tonight. Just day 1, an exciting day 1. And guess what? Like you said, we get to come back and do it again. We get to start with the Lancers tomorrow, first pitch at noon.
8-5, Lancers win. Thank you, Josh, for joining me. Braden back at the studio as well. Bernardo for giving us sandwiches. I love that man. For the final time in Yankton, I've been Tel Tanner. This has been Mount Marty Lancer Baseball in the GPAC tournament.
Thank you for listening to Lancer Athletics on KYNT, a riverfront sports property and Yankton's home team. Be sure to subscribe to the KYN-TV YouTube page and hit the notification bell so you never miss the action. You can also find KYNT on Facebook, X, Instagram, and online. Remember, KYNT is your home for Lancer Athletics.